part of season one. What did that mean for you in Dallas?
It's an absolute pleasure. Historically, this is the first time this has ever happened, and to be part of that, making history, has been amazing. Team Combat League brings the meat and potatoes of boxing. You have to be key. You have to be offensive. You have to be defensive. You have to learn how to fight, move at the basic level, fast, hard, all the time. It's absolute amazing to be part of this.
And now we go to Vlad Panin, who was a part of Team LA. You are going to be taking place in the Megal Brawl against Austin Trout. You know, what is it like to be a part of this incredible week, capping off and finding out who will win season one?
It's very exciting. You know, I've gotten to compete against every single team, and they're very deep, they're very talented, and I'm excited to see how these fights go down.
And now we take a look at the rules. If you guys are just starting to tune in for Team Combat League and the semifinals, here are the rules breakdown. It is a 10-9 decision, if like typical boxing rules. If there is one knockdown in the round, it is a 10-8 round in favor of the winner. And then if there are two knockdowns, it is scored a 10-7 round, or if there is a stoppage. And again, if there is a knockdown on each side, it goes to the judge's decision. So that is your Team Combat League scoring system for this Team Combat League semifinals. And it has been, so far, a wonderful season one. And we take a look at the strengths of each team. Austin, we'll start with you. You're very familiar with the Atlanta attack. What does Atlanta do well?
Well, the thing that I see them do the best, and they do a lot of things good, don't get me wrong, but the best thing about Atlanta, the Team Atlanta, is their discipline. Their coach Mustafa's got them on a very military, strict type program. Everybody moves in one singular form. They are very like-minded. You know, I think the discipline and unity of Atlanta is going to play a major part in their success tonight.
And now we'll go to Vlad. Vlad, you had the chance to go head-to-head against Las Vegas, and they were the 4th seed. What do they do and accomplish well in their matchups?
They're very balanced. You know, they have good talent all the way, you know, from lightweight all the way to heavyweight. And they're also led by a good coach in Dewey Cooper. So great leadership. The guys on the team, they have a lot of experience. So looking forward to it.
Now let's send it over to Beto Duran and the ringside team.
Thank you, Miguel. Some good boxers on that panel. We'll be talking to them later on. But right now, I'm joined by Bubba Jenkins and Amir Tyson. We're going to be on the broadcast with myself. And let's get going right now. Vegas, Atlanta. Bubba, you like Vegas. Why?
Man, I'm home in Vegas, and I work under Dewey Cooper. I talked to him backstage. He was saying that it's going to take a team effort from top to bottom. Every man, every woman, every fighter that they have is going to take that Team Combat League theory, Team Combat. Everybody's got to weigh in on this one.
All right, so you know Dewey, you know the Vegas squad. So
Yes,
you're not biased either. You're just speaking facts right now. You like what you see with them.
I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a little bit biased, but I am speaking facts. I'm going to be real all the time. I'm speaking facts, but it is a little biased. I lived there. I trained under him. Black Cobra all the way. Let's get it.
And that's why we love having you on the broadcast. And you can start sending your tweets of Be Upset with Bubba right now. We're going to check them all over that there. Now, Amir Tyson, you're looking at the Atlanta squad, but there's one fighter you're really interested in seeing tonight.
Devin Young. He's proven himself throughout the season to be a top 2 heavyweight, and he has a tough battle tonight against Michael Hunter, who's also the other top heavyweight in the league, and who's going to find out who's the best. And I can't wait to see how that unfolds.
All right, so that'll be the heavyweight battle later on the night. That'll be the 6th bout on the show card. Miguel, we're ready to go down here ringside.
All right, now let's take a look at how both the Las Vegas Hustle and the Atlanta Attack got to this point where they are 2 of 4 teams in the semifinals. As we take a look at both teams' regular season record, the Las Vegas Hustle are coming in as the number 4 seed with a 4-4 record. They were battling all the way up until their final matchup of the regular season, where they were able to clinch a spot here in the Team Combat League playoffs. And now as we take a look at the Atlanta Attack and how they got here, they have been dominant throughout this first season as a 6-1 record, and they're coming in as the number 1 seed. They've had a playoff spot clinch for quite some time, and now they are ready to prove why they are the best team for Team Combat League. Now let's send it over to Jordan Plant with Keith Hunter.
Thanks, Miguel. I'm here with actually Keith and Michael Hunter. Michael, we'll start with you. How special is it to compete on the same team as your brother and carry on your father's legacy?
Oh, man, it's definitely a special thing. We've been trying for years to be fighting on the same card. So, to actually have that, I've been traveling around the world, and I did a lot of the traveling without him. So it's been cool to, just, enjoy, the brotherhood and, that bounty hunter lineage that we have. So I've been enjoying every step.
And you've competed at the world-class level before. How hungry are you to put on a dominant performance with your team tonight and ensure a ticket to Sunday's finals?
Oh, definitely. That's probably my main duty is, I feel like I'm like the MVP or, the LeBron of this situation. So I wish I was, starting off first, but unfortunately that's not how it goes. So, but, right now we're just hyping up the team and, letting them, giving them the fundamentals and telling them to stick to the basics so we could get the W and continue.
I'm looking forward to it. Now, you're coming in 2 rounds after your brother. When you see him in the ring fighting, does that make you nervous at all, or does it motivate you?
No, I'm always looking up at my older brother. He's been taking care of his shit, excuse my language. He's been taking care of his job every time. So, I actually take notes in there,
And it motivates you. So we were actually talking a little bit before this interview started, and you told me you sent a direct message to your opponent. What did you say to him?
I'm a bounty hunter. I'm a little bit rowdy sometimes. So I basically said, I'll see you soon, and, I'm going to turn you into a rug.
Well, we're about to see here shortly. Thank you guys so much, and best of luck to you both. Miguel, back to you.
Thank you, Jordan. And now let's send it over to Cynthia Conti, who's with Javon Davis of the Atlanta Attack.
Thanks, Miguel. Javon Davis, you are on the #1 team, Atlanta Attack. Las Vegas Hustle is the #4, and they're looking to attack you. You have a rematch. This rematch is very, very heated. It's viral against Keith Hunter, and this is what he said. You're not worth putting a wanted poster out. You're just a side guest, about to lay you down like a vet.
Well, you got to back those words up, He said it, and he has to back that up. So I hope everybody tune in to see me slaughter this guy. His skill level is nowhere near my skill level.
In the season, you did have that fight where you knocked him down in the very first 30 seconds, and he came out wailing. That's why they called it a street fight. What's going to be different this time tonight?
Yeah, me and my coach, we talked about that. We really don't like the term street fight because we want to show that the South has boxing and that the South has skill. And we can win without looking like a street fight. We can win skillfully.
Well, you are very technical, and you are a boxer, so we cannot wait to see the skills in the ring against Hunter and finally put this rematch to rest. And Atlanta Attack, what do you have to say to your team to clinch that victory for the semifinal, or excuse me, the Brawl, Mega Brawl on Sunday?
Hey, we already going to win it. We've already been the underdogs from the beginning. I love my team. I love my coaches. We finna do this thing. Atlanta Attack, Team Wolf, let's go. Let's go.
They're all after you guys. Atlanta Attack, good luck to you, Javon Davis. Back to you, Miguel. Oh,
Thank you so much, Cynthia. And if you, once again, are just joining us for the semifinals for Team Combat League, it goes for the breakdown of rounds like this. We start with the first 6 bouts that are called the launch rounds. Then we move on to our middle rounds, and then it all culminates to the money rounds where both teams need to make the adjustments and figure out how they are going to get the victory. Coach A.C. Bryant, you had to deal with this with Team Dallas with the launch rounds, the middle rounds, and the money rounds. How did you plan for that when your team was involved?
Well, when we built our team, we tried to go deep, anticipating that we were going to the later rounds are going to help swing the pendulum into whatever direction we needed to go. And so we tried to plan accordingly. We tried to have people who had different styles and tried to match those 2 different styles against one specific fighter. One thing that we used to do a lot was I would talk to the fighters themselves and ask them who is the best fit out of all 3. So.
All right, thank you so much, AC. So there you have it, Team Combat League semifinals. Let's now send it over to Jordan Plant, who is with Coach Dewey Cooper.
Thanks, Miguel. I'm here with head coach Dewey Cooper. Coach, how amazing would it be for your team to secure the victory tonight and make it to the finals on Sunday? You're someone that's been in combat sports for a very long time. Now that you're part of this team, seeing these guys fight together, what would that mean to you?
It would mean a lot, especially coming in as the #4 seed. We got in the last week of the regular season by getting a nice victory. But, you know, in the playoffs, it's all about who comes to show up. I feel we have the momentum on our side, and I feel we're going to do just that. Atlanta, we're going to attack them tonight and get that win.
And you said that, I saw a quote somewhere that you said that we're going to see a different Las Vegas team than we did when you guys fought Atlanta previously. Other than getting the win, how do you plan on doing that?
Starting off more aggressively. Our problem all season, we started off too slow, and as the fight went on, we get better. I've been preaching for the last 5 weeks, we got to start off fast. We have to come out attacking. We normally hustle. We hustle at the end, like our name says, but we're coming out fast. Flo is going to start it off with the ladies, and she's going to smash on Mona, and we're going to keep that momentum from there on.
I'm looking forward to seeing that fight. Thank you so much for your time, Coach, and we'll see you soon. Cynthia, I'm going to send it over to you.
Thanks, Jordan. Sam Arnold, you are the lead coach for Atlanta Attack. You are the #1 team, and I just heard Dewey Cooper. They are the #4, but they're coming to look to attack you guys. Everyone is hunting for you. This experience for you as a team, how has it been?
It's actually been a wonderful experience because the way that our team was constructed, it was kind of like a rush thing, but we put the team together really good, picked the best qualified fighters, and we've been successful.
As a coach, normally you coach one-on-one, but doing a team, the egos, how did you guys figure this out, you and Mustafa, who's also the coach for Atlanta Attack?
Well, what we ended up having to do, when I thought about the concept, I thought about organization. So we made our practice to where it's organized and everybody can be involved, and created a systematic way that we can do repetitious drills and stuff like that that roll over into the fights.
All right, well, this is going to be a night because you have to win because you want to clinch one of those spots for the Mega Brawl. Las Vegas, they're coming in hungry. I know your team is coming in hungry. And you also just mentioned, and I've seen your son, Devontae Williams. He's also fighting. Sam Arnold. No, your son. So you are very excited. You're nervous, you told me, because you're used to doing everything for him. But now you have to sit on the sidelines and coach him. How do you take that role as a father and a coach and swap them?
Well, actually, it's not necessarily the fact of being nervous because I do everything for him. It's more so the fact that I'm used to being on his side, so it's kind of hard when you put so much into your son and your son's boxing career to coach against him. So that's the only thing that makes me feel a little nervous or a little awkward more than nervous.
Well, I can't wait to see what happens tonight because it's been a long season. Good luck to you, and let's just toss it up to Miguel because we're going to finally start the fight.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Infinite Studios here in Long Beach, California, as Team Combat League presents our first semifinal matchup, the Atlanta Attack versus the Las Vegas Hustle. Now, let's meet our first team, led by coaches Mustafa Minkins and Sam Arnold. Here are the Atlanta Attack. Introducing first, here is Mona Ward. And introducing next, Michael Dawson. Next up, Marcus Davidson. Followed by Keandre Leatherwood. Next up is Devontae Williams. And now, here is Devin Young. That is the Atlanta Attack. Now, let's meet our next team, led by Coach Dewey Cooper. Here is the Las Vegas Hustle. Introducing first, here is Florencia Britos. Next up is Sherrod Williams. Here is Alan Medina. Next up is Ronnie Ostion. Followed by Samuel Arnold. And closing things out, here is Michael Hunter. That is the Las Vegas Hustle.
Right now, August, we're excited to see this show tonight, baby.
Yeah, they're ready to go. Thank you for joining us wherever you may be. It's time for the launch rounds. The Atlanta Attack, the Las Vegas Hustle. It's semifinal tonight in Southern California. Beth Duran, along with Bubba Jenkins and Amir Tyson, Jordan Plant, Cynthia Conte doing interviews tonight. And our first bout in the launch round will be the women going at it. Mona Ward taking on Florencia Britos. And there you see Mona Ward as she weighed in at 129 pounds. The red corner will be the Atlanta Attack. Blue corner, Las Vegas Hustle. This is the first one, Amir. Are you excited?
I love the women fights. They give it their all. They go all for it, and we're going to see an exciting fight.
All right, so it is the semifinals. Mega Brawl on Sunday. 18 rounds coming your way, and we get going with the women, both of them southpaws.
And just like Dewey said, Team Combat League is fast, and Las Vegas has usually started slow, but they're going to try to come out here a little bit fast as Flo from Las Vegas is showing. Pressure is on, and she's hunting. Good overhand that they're trading.
She's trying to cut her off, throwing jabs, feeling each other out.
And you got to come out super aggressive. You mentioned that, Bubba. You can't start off slow. It's the semifinals. You got to get rounds immediately.
Absolutely. She's doing a good job from Mona Ward of sticking and moving and trying not to get stuck into a corner.
And she's in against the ropes, gets off of it. She's thrown off of it by Flo Britos as they're tangled up. Referee Jack Reese is going to finally separate them. The women going 3-minute rounds. Love to see that.
You love to see it. That's what I like to see. Them go 3 as well.
It's the playoffs. You know, everything's on the line. We got to give them as much time as is needed to get this out of the way. Let's get it all here in this boxing ring.
Yeah, for this minute, they just have to throw punches, make sure they land, evade other punches that come their way, and do their thing.
It's a good land by Flo over there. Got the attention of Ward.
Ward with the red trunks in the corner again. Tagged, covering up. Flo Britos. Right hand, more right hands. Ward tangles up. 1.5 minutes to go in the round.
Yeah, this is only halfway through the round, so this is, you know, a lot more than Ward is used to, and even Flores is used to. So we're going to see a little bit of the conditioning jump in.
Yeah, Britos is doing an excellent job at going to the body, going to the head, throwing combos. She's winning the round at this point. Cutting the ring off beautifully.
Oh, it's final seconds, so they were going 2 minutes for the women. And Britos looking strong, finishing strong in the first round.
She gave it her all. She threw all these punches and bunches, and she went to work.
So my mistake there, the women went 2-minute rounds.
Well, that was a dominant
Let's look at the
minutes
replays
by
here.
Las Vegas right there. Dominant replay. Dominant. She was all over from start to whistle, as Dewey Cooper and Team Las Vegas said they were going to do. They truly came out to hustle on that process.
Letting their hands go.
So just to clarify, the women will be going 2 minutes. The men will be going 3. Jack. So we got to get the results from the women. And this is the first time that Team Combat League has been in California, so the commission and the referees are getting used to this.
Absolutely.
And we're getting the results. And now this one is Michael Dawson and Sherrod Williams.
I'm excited to see what Dawson does. He's a good boxer, overall skill, pound for pound, throwing the jab, controlling the fight at this moment.
Overhand right immediately for Dawson with the red trunks.
Wonderful jab by Dawson. He's extremely fast, and he seems to be controlling the pace of the fight and where the fight is happening.
Oh, good hook from Dawson immediately.
Everything opens up for Dawson once he jabs. Once he jabs and gets him hurt, he just throws hooks and uppercuts as well.
Yeah,
just like that.
A good uppercut by Dawson. Now, when it comes to the Team Combat League, understanding of it being more than one round and more than one fight, you got to help your teammates out by not giving up too many big points or too many big rounds. Yep. You know, if you lose, you want to lose close or maybe not give up a knockout or something like that.
10-9 is good. Normally you'd be like, no, I lost the round, but team-wise, 10-9 is way better than a 10-8 or 7.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Right.
And you just want to keep the momentum that some of
There
these
it
guys
is.
are having.
And hopefully your teammates pick you up in Team Combat League.
Right now, Dawson just outboxing Williams. He's giving him a lesson right now. Hitting with the jab, moving around, and getting him punches when he comes in.
That's good observation there, Amir Tyson.
Yeah, the reach is really getting after Dawson. Williams can't seem to really get inside that jab or inside that reach, and the combinations seem to be, piling on.
And these two will come up later on tonight in the 12th round. So right now in the second, they're going to rematch in the 12th. And it's another good hook from
Great
Michael
left hook.
Dawson. What a round for Dawson, Bubba.
Yeah, indeed.
Oh, uppercut.
His combinations are starting to flow. As I said, he's starting to find that range and find, the weakness in his opponent.
That left hook has found a home here in the second bout.
Yeah, Williams, he can't get by that jab, so every time he consistently throws that jab, when Dawson throws the jab, Williams can't get away with that. And then Dawson just throws hooks and uppercuts from there.
What Williams has got to do for the last minute is stay on his feet and not give up too many big points here. He's already lost a round, and we understand that, but let's not give up too much of the optics towards the other team.
Ooh.
And that's the fight in him. That's him giving some good effort back, and that's him saying, you know what, I'm still in this fight. And it's just a puncher's chance can change this fight in 30 seconds.
Dawson weighing 138 in the red trunks. Just been so effective with that jab, Amir.
It's just consistent. He keeps on doing it every time. It's accurate. It's very accurate, and it's hurting him. And it blinds him from the other punches coming in.
Dawson's really starting to look for that uppercut.
Yep.
He's starting to line him up a little bit, and I don't think there's enough time on him for it to complete. But, there was a good combination that he's starting to look forward. He might find it in the second fight.
Like we said before, Williams, he's a warrior too. He's going to give it all he's got. Even if he's outboxed or not, he's going to give it to the final bell.
And they'll come back later on in the 12th fight. So 2 of them done, 2 rounds done. Coming up next, Marcus Davidson, Alan Medina. The Atlanta attack. Strong round for Michael Dawson. Let's look at the highlights here.
Yeah, it just looked like he was just a punch behind him, Las Vegas was. And Dawson did a good job of being on that jab, controlling the center of the ring and doing his own thing.
Yeah, Dawson, he was throwing everything off of the jab, left hooks. They were landing, they were accurate, and that's what won in the round.
And now we got Marcus Davidson for Team Attack. He's in the red trunks against Alan Medina from yellow, the Hustle. They both weigh 150.
Excited for this fight because there's a lot of counter punching by Medina and a lot of offense by Davidson. So we're going to see, whose style is a little bit better.
Medina, the southpaw. So they've seen 2 teammates get in the ring. Now it's their turn in the 3rd round. We're still in the launch rounds.
Yeah, even if you're a quote-unquote better fighter, if you're facing a southpaw, you're going to find some problems that are going to be different than fighting an orthodox. You just have to adjust to it, and as the rounds go, and go from there.
You can tell the action goes by quick in Team Combat League.
Absolutely.
Working towards the Mega Brawl on Sunday. I can't imagine that.
That's what we love about Team Combat League. There's no time to kind of even think about what just happened. You got to get in there, and then the next guy's throwing his punch, and the next guy's out there fighting, or the next woman. It's a wonderful, wonderful concept we got here at Team Combat League.
And Amir, you got to stay ready because you're going to come back later on.
Yes, sir, no doubt, definitely. Right now, they're just feeling each other out, going to the body, jabbing. They're just waiting for that great opening, a good opening, so they could take advantage of it from there.
They both are trading crosses. It seems to be whoever's going to get the right timing of that cross is really going to land. And you only got a minute and a half to get it done. But I believe that, the guy who's going to be more aggressive is going to find that cross they're both looking for.
Yeah, Medina, the counterpuncher, the southpaw. Neither fighter has landed anything flush or solid.
Good combination there by Medina. He looked to be a little bit more aggressive and, clipped him over the air as he was stepping in. So it seems to be, just putting stuff together. Sometimes you just got to manufacture some offense.
Yeah, I love how Davidson, he threw him on the rope, so he was letting him know this is my ring. You're not going to bully me around. So that's a statement in itself.
Another cross there by Medina.
Good
trade.
snap.
And Medina can take a really good punch, man. What I've noticed in his Team Combat performances is as soon as he gets hit, he's answering right back. So even when it's a big hit or a big land from the other team, he's quick to counter back.
Less than a minute to go in our 3rd round.
Yeah, Davidson's really good at like evading punches. After he jabs and Medina tries to throw back, he's out the way. It doesn't hit him. It doesn't land.
I think Medina's winning on attrition. You know, I'm obviously a little bit biased going for Dewey Cooper and the team hustle, but when it comes to just volume, it seems like Medina just seems to be a little bit more on the gas. I can say Davidson's doing a good job of bobbing and weaving, but I would give Medina the aggression.
Yeah, and full disclosure, Bubba trains in Vegas, knows all about Dewey, knows these guys, but you're telling him exactly how it is. Medina's looking like he's more evasive, able to get punches in.
Yeah,
a little bit more volume as well.
The last 30 seconds, he's been landing punches to the body, to the head, so he's really been taking advantage later in this round.
Good trade by them both right there, but I think Davidson got the better of that. That's a good right hook that's been landed.
Good hook from Medina.
Throwing it out.
Medina's going with the same combination.
End.
Wonderful combination by Medina, and he's been getting that same combination the entire fight. It was a good time to pull it out.
Great action. The judges can see it different ways. That last 10 seconds were very important, very essential, because that's what they remember last. So
wonderful
each judge could judge it differently.
Both fighters had a great performance putting on for their guys.
And there you see the real deal, Holyfield, in attendance here tonight.
We got it all here at Team Combat. The real deal's in the building. You know it's a really good fight when the real deal's here.
See, he was bullying him around. He threw him on the ropes. But as the round progressed, as the highlights will show later, Medina just took advantage, weathered the storm and started landing punches in itself.
It was a really tight round between Davidson and Medina. Interesting to see what the judges preferred, the counter or the attacker. And that was the last flurry at the very end.
Beautiful. I think they traded off pretty evenly on that one.
Yeah, every judge has their different criteria, so it's going to be interesting to see how they judged it.
And Caleb Plant in attendance here tonight at Team Combat League.
Another champion in the building. We got it all here. I said champions galore in the audience tonight.
All right, fourth round, Keandre Leatherwood for Atlanta. The attack in the red trunks. And Ronnie Ostion.
Ronnie came out very aggressive and quickly. I think he's a little bit of the undersized guy here, stepping up a weight class. But he's going to try to do what he can.
Yeah, Ostion weighing 161, Leatherwood 163. But you're right, stepping up. But I just like Ostion going the red and the yellow boots. Style, baby, style.
Yeah, see, they're all feeling each other out. They're jabbing, they're moving, they're trying to see openings. They're just feeling each other out so they can see what they could do as the round progresses.
It's going to be a cat and mouse game right here, guys. This is great, talented athletes, really quick, really fast, really evasive, and it's all about timing.
See,
good hook, good leap-in hook, and the guy who's going to go first in boxing usually is going to be the better guy. That's why they say be first, be first. You hear that often.
And especially in the Team Combat League where you only get one round, being first is very important.
Yeah, they shouldn't be tentative. They should just really go at it, especially like if they're being tentative initially in the round, they have to throw punches to win it because that's the only way you're going to win rounds in boxing.
Ostion scheduled to fight in the money rounds.
Good volume right there. Sometimes, like I said earlier, you just got to create some offense. Sometimes it's a couple peppering jabs. Sometimes it's a leap-in hook. You want to just create some things out of your opponent, making them move, making them react to you a little bit, and maybe finding that combination that you're currently looking for. Here comes something by Leatherwood with those feints and fakes.
Good sharp jabs by Leatherwood.
He's setting something up.
Trying to set up that overhand right that just missed.
Yeah, if he can get that a little bit straighter, he might have something there. He's kind of tomahawking it down, making it a little bit awkward.
Yeah, Leatherwood, he's pushing Ronnie back. He's pushing him. He's the aggressor, so that's obviously going to look good in the judges' eyes.
Less than a minute to go in the fourth round. Leatherwood, Ostion.
Again, that awkward too is, you know, not serving him too well. If he can get that a little bit straighter, I think he would have something to get on Ostion. But
Leatherwood's talking in there too.
Yeah,
he's complaining about the holding.
Yeah, I think he's the bigger guy as well. I think he understands that he's, you know, probably the favorite to win this against these two here for the teams, and you know he wants to get his offense off.
Ronnie just had a leaping left hook prior to this. But he's just trying to be aggressive. He's trying to find something to win.
Somebody needs to do something to step away, and Leatherwood's like, bring it. Trying to bait him in, and Ostion holds on.
Leatherwood hitting him with body shots is definitely going to take his toll.
Jack Ray's warning him, hit behind the head. 10
Gotta
seconds
watch
to
the
go.
behind the heads here. Got to watch the grappling because it's short on the clock, especially in the last couple of rounds or last couple of seconds.
All right, 4th round is done. Leatherwood and Ostion. We'll see Ostion later on in the 14th round. Leatherwood is done.
Nothing spectacular happened, but at the same time, Leatherwood was aggressive, and he was pushing Ronnie around the ring, so I would have to give it to Leatherwood.
Yeah, and I think that was a good matchup strategy by Las Vegas by putting Ostion in. And, you know, I'm excited to see what Sam Arnold does on the follow-up that, you know, but I think Atlanta has the momentum, and Sam Arnold's father being on the other side is definitely going to play big in this.
Yeah, Sam Arnold, one of the better pound-for-pound fighters in the league. Let's see what he could do against his father's team tonight.
Our next fight is up there. Devontae Williams for Team Attack. Sam Arnold. Williams weighing 178. Arnold checked in at 177 yesterday. The 5th round in the launch round. Jack Reese still in there.
Sam Arnold's a young, up-and-coming prospect. I think he's going to be amazing in the future of boxing, and I'm excited to see what he looks like during the playoff time with his father on the line and Dewey Cooper being a mentor to him, being his head coach.
Yeah, Cynthia Conte caught up with his father today. I've been there the whole time, but now it's business.
I love watching light heavyweights because really when the power starts to get noticeable.
What is that? Put that arm up as high as possible from Arnold?
Well, I think he's just trying to get a temperature of what his partner is going to do. Sometimes you're looking for a dance partner. Sometimes you're looking for an opponent. Right now, he's looking for a partner.
He's observing him. He's seeing how he moves. For both fighters, they're both seeing how they move and putting mental checks in their brain to see what they can do in later parts of the round.
Williams with the cross.
Yeah, that's the old school George Foreman right there. Got a little bit of
Ken
old
Norton
school
too,
swag.
right?
Yeah. He's just trying to get something going. You know, like I said, that's manufacturing some offense, maybe a little bit of views and looks for your opponent, giving something to look at.
Well, that's something to look at. I haven't seen that in a while.
Absolutely. I think Sam Arnold needs to get a little bit more aggressive, though, and peek into that offense and defense.
Somebody needs to do something in this 5th round.
1 minute down, and I believe Sam Arnold's done too much watching when I believe he's the better fighter of these two.
Because honestly, you just have to let your hands go, especially when no one's doing anything. Yeah. You just have to let your hands go and do what you've done in training and let it naturally happen.
I think that might be the first punch that's landed as Williams goes down. Jack Reese. Jack's got to work in this round.
It's hard to give the round to either person right now because they're both really tentative, observant. Ooh, great punch coming in by Arnold.
Counter hook by Arnold. You know, a lot of times when it's these short rounds and you don't have much left after, you don't have a lot of time to set it up. So the guy who's got more volume and more aggression is usually going to be the winner.
Ooh. Arnold trying to land that overhand right.
Unless you're countering like Arnold, then, then likely you're going to get the win.
It's interesting that he started with the hook and then the cross.
Yeah, he seems to be on the cues of you know, just missing, but being there enough to get those points in and score those punches.
Yeah, I think in this last 30 seconds, he stepped up to tilt it towards his favor in this round.
Not much action in this round, so it could be up to whoever at the end steals it.
Yeah.
Because judges are looking for somebody to be that aggressor right now.
Yeah,
absolutely. I think the bigger punch happened by Arnold.
Judges remember what they see last.
Yeah, exactly, Amir. Especially California.
It was a good jab by Arnold.
Going to the body, that's smart. Slow the opponent down.
Nice jab by Williams there.
Right hand from Arnold.
Good cross.
Another good right hand from Arnold.
Yeah, I think
he's bullying him. He's bullying him in the ring
I
too.
think Devontae Williams is a little bit hurt.
Could that be enough for Arnold to take the round?
It could be.
Punches are landing, but Williams he's holding, and Arnold he's pushing his arm to get him off.
Final seconds of the 5th in the launch rounds. Not much action, but it was Arnold who landed the bigger shot.
Yeah, I think Arnold, you know, he took the round.
All right.
Absolutely, Arnold won that round, and I think it gives puts Vegas back in, you know, a closer seat.
Well, look at the highlights that our good crew was able to find in the production truck.
See, he was coming in, but he had his head down, so he just hit him with the overhand right, and that's really when the round tilted in Arnold's favor for sure. He started landing more consistently.
Yeah, kept that frame in there and didn't want to get him into that matchup.
Fighters are taken immediately by the commission and checked out by the doctors after the round. So a lot of precaution here for Team Combat League as we're in the final launch round. It's now Devin Young and Michael Hunter going at it.
The two best heavyweights in Team Combat League, so I love when the best fights the best, and we're going to find out.
This is the fight you were talking about that you really wanted to see, Amir.
Yes, sir.
Why?
That's exactly what he was saying earlier.
But why, though? I was like, Amir, what do you want to talk about? You're like, heavyweights.
Because it's the best and the best, you know, and you get more credit when you beat the best.
Michael Hunter in the yellow for Team Hustle. Devin Young weighing 220 in red for the attack.
And we have the score with Las Vegas being down 1 point. So it's going to come down to the wire, especially with these heavyweights and running it back through the wire.
Both landing good jabs, stealing each other out.
Jab really discombobulated Young.
48-47 Atlanta. Michael Hunter trying to extend the lead.
Ooh.
Right hand, hook.
Good punches to the body. Coming off the cross, that was a good combination by Hunter.
Yeah, I think Hunter's going to be looking to time that cross. It's the jab, the peek in, and as Young's going to be looking for that check hook, Hunter's going to be looking to blitz that right hand to his chin before that left hand gets to his ear.
Young has to be careful being lazy with the left hook because Hunter could just take advantage of that.
Absolutely. And they both are leaping into both of their jabs. That's why they're hurting them so much.
Yeah.
And Young is bleeding from the lip.
Great cross by Hunter.
That's the cross he's looking for. That right hand's got to blitz to his chin before Young's left hand hits. And there it is again. He's hurt.
Yeah,
he's hurt.
Young looks
the legs are wobbled.
Hot.
And we know when Hunter starts hunting someone, he's usually going to get him up out of there with a lot of time on the clock.
No doubt. Even before that combination, he looked dazed. Young looked really dazed in his eyes, like he was just not there temporarily.
He's been hurt since that original jab.
Very interesting, too, because he two are scheduled for the 18th round, and Young lands a solid right.
It's a great punch by Young.
Absolutely. Hunter got caught on the end of his punches there. He's laughing it off a little bit because he knows he made a mistake.
He's a fighter. He's not going to give up.
Yeah, but they are both in this fight.
But, Bubba, it's very interesting the fact that these two are in the 18th round scheduled. So if you're Young and getting tagged, that might change something later on.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You want to adjust and make those adjustments so that you can have a better round when the chips are high.
Like you were saying earlier, you don't want it to be a 10-8 round.
Yes.
Let alone a 10-7.
Absolutely. And Vegas needs this point.
Yes, they do.
Overall, Hunter's is taking advantage of the whole fight, the pace, the punches. He's bullying him around. He's pushing him. He's stronger. Seems to be more skilled. So right now, I think he's won the round. But we shall see how it ends.
That's the Michael Hunter we've seen many times.
Absolutely. And Hunter being a captain and seeing himself as a captain, I think he's looking for those bonus points.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, it's going to take everybody from top to bottom to get the bonus that Vegas is looking for. They lost to Atlanta earlier this year, and it's going to take some of those guys capitalizing on those opportunities to get a guy out of there to win.
Semifinals of Team Combat League.
See, Young's not giving up, but you could tell Hunter's just pushing him around for the most part. But, ooh, Young pushed him back a little bit. That's the first time in the round I saw that.
Launch rounds are done. Middle rounds are coming.
Ooh,
Michael Hunter, Devin Young. Good round between the two. Crowd loves it here in Long Beach, California.
That was a flush punch by Hunter. I think he had him hurt if it was 10 more seconds.
Yeah, if it would have been 10 more seconds, you never know, but we will see Michael Hunter in the 18th round. The launch rounds are done. The middle rounds are coming up, and it was Michael Hunter trying to extend the lead for Atlanta.
Beautiful 3-2 that he jumped in there with, and he started looking for an uppercut. Heavyweights are just getting after it, man. Awesome, awesome contest.
Yeah, the heavyweights are done. The launch rounds are done. Our anchor desk is ready to go. Miguel Flores has a star-studded crowd ready to talk about the launch rounds. Miguel, we're fired up here in Long Beach.
What a way to start things off between the Las Vegas Hustle and the Atlanta Attack. Tremendous action on both sides, and as anticipated, extremely close. Austin, I'll start with you. What was your first takeaway from the first 6 launch rounds?
Thank you. I think we're even right now. I think it's 3-3. Very highly contested matches. It wasn't easy to score those. Nobody got shut out. I'm looking forward for the rest of the fight. This is hype.
Coach AC, what did you think of the strategy to start off in the first 6 rounds?
I thought each team did exactly what they needed to. Michael Dawson came out and basically did a really good job of establishing what he needed to do. I believe that Atlanta came in strong. I believe that it's been a back and forth. Las Vegas needed to finish in strong, and that's what they did with Samuel Arnold and Michael Hunter.
For Vlad, what fighter stood out to you most through the first 12 fighters that stepped into the ring?
Oh, man, it's hard to say. All the fights were so good, so action-packed. Michael Hunter started off his round really well, but then Young came back really strong at the end of the round. So you got to get started fast in these one-round fights. So just because you're winning the beginning of the round doesn't mean that you can start to let off, because the other guy will pick it up. And, you know, everything is so finely in the balance. So great fight so far.
Coach AC Bryant, how will you manage going into the middle rounds for both teams?
I believe that the middle rounds is really going to dictate the most. I believe that we said it earlier at this table that it's a 50-50 fight. The score is showing that it's 50-50. Whoever makes the proper adjustments based on the information given, they're going to be end up being the ones who win.
Now let's take a look at some of the highlights that we've seen for the first 6 launch rounds. As Austin, talk us through some of the things that you saw in the first 6.
Well, we saw how Atlanta came out and she was trying to use her movement and use the ring more. But Las Vegas came and was just bringing it straight to her. In this round, it was beautiful work from both those guys, but Atlanta attacked. He had the cleaner and the sharper, crisper punches. This round was very hard to score. If it wasn't for Atlanta's barrage at the end of that round, I would say it would have been a draw. But I give it to Atlanta for this round because of that combination you see right there in the last 10 seconds.
All right, there you see it, the highlights from the first 6 launch rounds. It's as close as it could be between the Atlanta attack and the Las Vegas hustle, as you see Samuel Arnold putting on the finishing touches there with the overhand right. And it was close, but now it's time to move on to our middle rounds. Let's see who our next matchups are. Now, introducing first for the Atlanta attack, here is Marcel Davidson. And for the Las Vegas hustle, here is Deontay Brown.
Good job as always, Miguel. That panel is excited. The building is fired up. We're in the middle rounds now. Ray Corona, our referee. Marcel Davidson in the red trunks, the southpaw. Deontay Brown, both of them weighing 139, and they will be fighting in the 17th round in the money section. So this should be a good one right here, Bubba.
Like you said, man, the crowd has definitely got this anticipation of something big happening. I think the TCL opened us up with a nice bang in the earlier rounds, and we are waiting for some big action and this fight to still be decided.
See, right now they're jabbing, they're feeling each other out. Brown threw a left hook immediately in the first fight. So he was going for the fences immediately, but they went back to jabbing, feeling each other out, and seeing what they could do later in the round.
There is an energy inside the studios here in Long Beach. It's the first time TCL is in California after being in Connecticut. So that must be also good for the fighters, a little extra energy, Bubba.
Absolutely. It's better when you got something to look at, and a little vacation, a little bit of little sunny palm trees, a little bit different than Connecticut where we were. Yeah. So, you know, look good, fight better, look good, all that good stuff, right?
Yeah, I've been watching from a distance here in Southern California. I'm like, man, that looks pretty cool. So the chance to be here and see it up front, it's better than the way it looks on TV. There's a vibe, there's an energy, and right now it's Deontay Brown in the yellow bouncing around.
Yeah, looking quick, looking fast, and much like the pace at Team Combat League, it is quick and it is fast.
See, when they both come in the punch, they both back each other up really quickly. So it's really a close contested round at this point, but whoever in this last minute and a half could take advantage of it.
And we're tied at 57 after the launch rounds. This is a huge round here in the middle.
Yeah, right now they got to push their foot to the pedal and just do something. Let their hands go. Don't be too tentative like we said in previous fights, because they have to win rounds.
There's a good counter by Davidson off of that jab that Brown is continuing to throw at him, but we want to see an adjustment by Brown here to try to steal us away, because he continues to set up with that jab.
Oh,
there it is.
Brown
That's
Great punch.
adjustment.
Marcel's hurt.
Yeah,
Yes,
and
he's hurt.
and he's holding on.
A clean punch by Brown. Rocked him.
But Brown also hit him behind the head. Ray Corona jumping in immediately.
Blatantly, there's one. You get one or two of those, right? So you might as well get one when he's hurt.
Yeah, but you got to be careful behind the head and not getting hit by that because your equilibrium for the rest of the fight could be totally off. So
California refs do not play with that stuff. Deontay Brown landing the big shot.
Yeah, Deontay Brown is still looking for that weakness in Davidson.
just off that punch alone, it changed the whole momentum of the fight, and I really think he's winning the round just based off that.
But it also changes it up for the 17th round. Now, if you're Brown, the energy and what you're going to feel.
Too. Good right hand by Davidson.
Oh, Davidson coming back.
It was a good right hand by Davidson.
Thanks, Deontay Brown. Did he do enough to give Atlanta the lead?
Yeah, Marcel, he landed punches at the end, but it was too little too late. Deontay Brown won the round in my eyes.
They both still wanted a little bit of smoke after that was
they'll get it. They'll get it a little bit, Bubba.
Yeah, we love that. You got the best of me this round. I'll see you in a couple minutes, buddy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. See, this is the street. This is what they labeled it, a street fight in this last fight, because it was all going all out. But Javon Davis, he said earlier that I want to show my skill. I don't like the word street fighter. I'm a skilled boxer, and he wants to showcase that tonight.
All right, so Davidson and Brown are done. Now this is the one. Follow the Team Combat League,
ladies and gentlemen.
The TCL Instagram. You saw it at the weigh-ins. They went back and forth.
We all been waiting for.
And their teammates are all standing up. This is what the kids say. You want the smoke? Well, here's the smoke.
Here's the smoke, ladies and gentlemen. One's a street fighter and one's a really good boxer. But at the end of the day, you got 3 minutes to prove who got hands, and that's what they're going to try to prove right now.
Davis in red, Hunter in yellow.
The thing about talking crap before a fight is that you have to back it up. And if you don't back it up, you look foolish. But if you do, your performance looks even better in other people's eyes.
The street fighter, huh?
Got to walk it and talk it. Hunter is coming from the street, and he's looking to just land a big overhand right. And I'm not discounting his credit and his boxing ability. Yeah. I just mean in the sense that he's a little bit rowdy. He likes it to be a little bit more of a street fight than.
He's rugged.
Yeah, he's rugged. It's a little bit brawlic in there.
Yeah, he wants to brawl. He wants to rough it up.
Yeah, you could tell Davis is more of the boxer. Like once he came in, he was hitting him with body shots. He's going off the jab. He's just trying to figure him out. He's trying to time him, like that.
Davis went 149, Hunter 144. Quick left hook from Hunter.
It was good right, left head. And he's setting him up with that weird-looking jab that he's got going, and with his reach being what it is.
There's that right from Hunter.
Yeah, his reach being what it is, he's able to keep him at bay and get that right hand off. Twice now he's gotten that same punch.
I think that punch by Hunter hurt him.
Yeah, that big O was from Team Hustle, right to the right of us.
Yeah, he was right in the corner of Team Hustle, so being that they're right there, they're going to give them that motivation, give them a little bit of that loving from the crowd.
And you never know how that can influence a judge.
Yeah.
Oh, big time. You always want that. That's why it's always good to be home.
Ooh.
A hook from Davis.
Great hook by Davis. But Hunter's still in the fight, too.
There's that setup that he's been doing, the jab, setup. He's coming back with a 1-2 with that jab he's setting him up with.
We're in the 8th round. These two will meet up again in the money rounds in the 15th.
And I think Hunter is doing a good job of being the boxer / street fighter here.
Letting his hands go, but he can't be too reckless so he doesn't get hit with a combo.
The Olay side?
Yeah, a little bit of sportsmanship there, but he was getting tagged a little bit. So, they're both going back and forth, a little bit of emotion.
Yeah. These two also know they got another round coming up soon.
Yeah. So it's playing into the antics, setting each other up, getting guys' head, doing a little Olay, saying that you miss me. There's a little gamesmanship that has to happen, especially when you're trying to make it to the playoffs.
Vegas up 67-66.
Yeah, right now they've both done impressive things. They're going back and forth.
Counter there by Hunter.
I would say it's an even round at this point.
And they're getting the crowd involved. They're starting to swag it out a little bit. Hunter's looking for that right hand. It's a good show right now, ladies and gentlemen. Team Combat League is bringing you that action.
Semifinals heating up. Vegas, Atlanta, and still to come later on the night, New York and D.C. The winners Go to Mega Brawl on Sunday.
That's a great
Hunter goes back with that
performance.
smile.
Yeah, that was
right
a good
above us.
performance by Team Combat League. Las Vegas Hustle right there.
I love seeing how he was toying with him like Sugar Ray Leonard used to do back in the day. He was playing with him, getting in his head. It was mind games.
Good reach there, and then he came back with that overhand right. Beautiful.
Oh, right now he's throwing punches. Nothing landed yet. He's moving out the way. Davis did a good job of evading those punches, and he was playing around with him.
All right, in the middle rounds, that's Khalid Johnson weighing 162. Daquan Watt representing Las Vegas weighing 163.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is where the fight can swing. Now, Daquan Wyatt has been one of Hustle's team's, opponents, not opponents, one of the guys that Team Hustle has looked for to just not give up so many big points, right? When I said earlier, they got to look for the top to bottom, female to male, everyone's got to give their best performance. This is another one of those moments where Daquan Wyatt's got to do what he can to not give up too many big points because Atlanta has got a monster on the other side of the cage.
And we go. Middle rounds, huge. Vegas up to 77-75.
Thing about Team Combat League is every round is essential to your team winning the fight. So each round, they have to give it their all. They have to do what they did in training, and they have to implement it.
That's Amir Tyson. I'm Beth Duran alongside Bubba Jenkins here in Long Beach, California, semifinals of Team Combat League. Make sure you follow the Team Combat League social media accounts. Great behind-the-scenes coverage, good interviews.
The thing about Team Combat League is you don't need every fighter on your team to win the fight, right? You need some fighters to just do what they can and just not give up big points. And this is one of those situations. Khalid Johnson is one of Atlanta's best fighters, and Daquan Wyatt is one of Las Vegas' most struggling fighters, right? Who's given up more points this season. Right now, they're looking for big points on Atlanta's side, and Las Vegas is trying to give up not that lead that they have at 77-75.
Daquan trying to keep them right there.
See, right now they're feeling each other out, but every time they try to go for a punch, they move back. So it's just, right now they're just feeling each other out. Once he punches, they move back, and now he has him against the ropes.
Coming up next, Frankie Solomon, Andrew Murphy. Right now, Daquan Wyatt in the yellow for Las Vegas, the Hustle.
I think this bodes better for Las Vegas, Daquan Wyatt not throwing as many punches or not getting as active, just so that clock can melt a little bit.
And also having him in this section, right? Having him the 8th round. Very interesting strategy by the coaches to make sure you put him in the right spot.
Absolutely. It's all about timing in this TCL league.
Yeah, right now, in these last minute 15, it can go either way because they're both throwing punches, they're both going to the body, they're both just trying to figure each other. Ooh, great punch. Great punch by Johnson.
Nice overhand right by Khalid Johnson.
Daquan Wyatt's he's doing a great job of not giving up the big points or the big momentum or anything major that Johnson is going to be looking for. If I was Atlanta, I'd be a little bit upset with Johnson by not putting a little bit more pressure on Daquan Wyatt.
Great punch
he got
by
hurt
Johnson.
there.
Like
Daquan Wyatt hurt him.
That was a
Daquan Wyatt hurt him.
That was a clean punch that landed. He definitely affected him.
He ran right into that. Johnson ran right into that, what it looked like a jab or a double jab.
Right.
And Daquan Wyatt only fighting this round tonight. Khalid Johnson will be coming back in the money rounds in the 14th.
Credit to Wyatt. He really took that punch. It was a clean punch that could have hurt other people, but now he's still up, and he's fighting back.
That was blocked by the glove.
And this is where Dewey Cooper and Las Vegas talked about the winning of the fight. If everyone shows up and everyone gives their best performance without giving up 2 major points, they can pull away and beat Atlanta like they've never done before.
And they wrestle at the end of the 9th round. Khalid Johnson, Daquan Wyatt.
And look at Dewey Cooper, extremely happy. Even though we may not have, Las Vegas may not have won that round, he's extremely happy with that performance, not giving up the major points.
And there you see the highlights, Bubba.
Ooh. Yeah, early in the fight, he got some big punches given on him. He got his wearings about him, then moved a little bit, caught him with the left hook right there and a little bit of a jab. He did a good job of not giving up too much of the points and maybe even stole the round in some buys.
Yeah, I really think he stole the round with that punch. The momentum changed. The judges do what they last remember and they last see. So the last 10 seconds are very, very important.
And we have real deal, baby.
We have Evander Holyfield, former heavyweight champion,
I'm sure he's enjoying these fights, and as the fighters get bigger, I'm sure he's more interested.
Yeah, especially when you mentioned Atlanta with Evander.
Yeah, a lot of these professional boxers and legends, they're really intrigued with this. They love Team Combat League.
Frankie Solomon, Andrew Murphy are in it. Representing Atlanta is Solomon in the red, Andrew Murphy in the yellow. Solomon 180, Murphy 178.
86-85, so they gave that one to Atlanta, as
Okay.
they probably should
We
have.
expected,
But
yeah.
as we expected, but that was not the major points that they were hoping to get.
I would have gave that to Atlanta as well.
If you're Vegas, keep the lead.
Absolutely.
In the middle round, still to come. The money round.
Good
It's the
combination.
semifinals.
Good combination by Murphy there. I asked Murphy why he was wearing a cowboy hat.
Yeah.
He said, I heard it's a shootout in LA. I heard we're going to be slinging those guns.
The Cowboys are in Vegas. There we go.
See, they're throwing punches, but nothing's landed completely clean yet. But they're going at it.
Good left hook on the inside right there. A little dirty boxing's got to be had there.
Just
by
enough.
Sullivan. Just enough to let you know we're at a boxing
Yep.
event, right?
Solomon coming back in the 16th round against Andrew Murphy.
Ooh,
Back
good
up
combination
for
right
Murphy.
there.
Cowboy hat must be working, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. And he said he was going to sling those guns. He's out here with a lot of volume, doing a lot of setting up, and he's really looking to land that right hand, which is that that go-to cross that he's been getting.
Especially against the southpaw.
Murphy's outboxing him. He's beating him to the punch. Right now, obviously, the round's in his favor, but we still got a lot to go. A lot of time left.
Halfway through the round. Vegas with the lead, 86-85.
He's starting to get his rhythm, Andrew Murphy is.
Yeah.
He's starting to watch the rocking and the swaying of Solomon. Solomon wants to be in close. He wants to get it dirty, a little bit of phone booth boxing, as Andrew Murphy wants to be on the outside setting him up. So even here, he's doing well, but this is not where he wants to be.
Yeah. Team Vegas cheering on Murphy as Keith Hunter's not wearing the cowboy hat. He's yelling out orders.
The thing I love about this, though, even with Murphy's back on the ropes, he's still taking advantage. He's still winning the exchanges.
Yeah, he wants to crowd him, does Solomon, and he's
Oh,
doing a
but
good
Solomon's
job.
doing his thing right now, too.
Snaps
Landing
back the head of
punches.
Murphy.
Weathering the storm. Oh, clean punches by Solomon. Multiple clean punches.
Solomon doing a good job of landing the punch and then holding just enough.
Yeah, it's like dirty boxing mixed with a little bit of MMA wrestling, tying them up, just making them tired, making them work, This can pay dividends in the later times, I guess.
The women are coming up next. Mona Ward, Florencia Britos.
Oh, they both
Murphy
landed.
buckled.
Both landed. Back-to-back
At the
jab.
same time.
Man, that's what we want to see here at Team Combat League. Double knockouts.
And they both threw that with bad intentions.
Murphy with another right
And it looks
hand.
like Murphy recovered quicker because he's still looking to get the guy out of there.
Yeah, Solomon,
Final seconds of the round.
this was a war. This is hard to give a round to.
Oh,
this
No,
is
you
very
got to
even.
give that to Murphy with that last
Yeah.
exchange
That
there.
last exchange at the end, and they're going to do it in a couple of minutes. Frankie Solomon, Andrew Murphy. Let's look at some of the highlights here, Bubba.
Yeah, man, that was a beautiful aggression by Murphy there, and he was really looking for that cross that got him dazed there. But a lot of dirty boxing in there got Solomon in the fight, man, and that was really good to see from both strategies.
But you could tell that they both wanted it. They both were throwing punches, and eventually he was showing him, he was moving him around. They're going back to fight right now. And once both at the same time. And Solomon couldn't recover from the rest of the round, and I think that's the reason that Murphy won the round.
We'll see what the judges have to say. There you see former champ Bones Items giving instructions to Keith Hunter.
Absolutely, crowd is invested in it. You can feel it in the air. You can feel the energy that they're bringing. It's got that Lakers show kind of feel, doesn't it?
Showtime.
Showtime.
Coming up next, the women, Mona Ward, Flo Britos, they went at it. They were the first round of the semis here in Long Beach, California. The middle section, but right now there's a brief delay as the commission is making sure that both fighters are getting checked out by the doctors, and once the commissions give the approval, we'll get the next fight in. And then you see Britos. Oh, she's calm, isn't she?
Yeah, Flo seems to be in a good state of mind here, looking like she wants to finish off what she had already been eating on in the beginning.
Yeah, sometimes when a fighter's too amped, they leave themselves with openings by throwing punches wobbly, and that's not really just fundamental punches. So being calm, seeing everything, that's going to be more beneficial for her in this particular round.
Flo knows where the camera's at. Some acknowledging, smile. 2-minute rounds here for the ladies. It is 2 minutes.
Vegas seems to have, you know, the fight in control right now with a couple rounds left. Like you were saying, Vegas just needs to stay in the driver's seat, and they're going to upset Atlanta, as Dewey predicted.
Just waiting for the clearance from the commission. Ray Corona, the referee. Let's go. The third person in the ring here. 96-94 is the update. Vegas with the lead.
Ooh, throwing punches right away. Got her in the corner.
And Flo is doing exactly like I said, right back to the meal she was eating on before. Just with all that aggression, with all that skill, pressuring forward, looking to do some damage and pick up those big points for Team Vegas.
Flo Britos in the yellow.
I love how Britos, she's moving forward, but she's moving her head to evade punches and coming back with something else. And she's pushing her back.
That is good motion by Mona Ward. It's frustrating for Britos a little bit, but it's still not effective enough to get Flo out of there because you're pretty much locked in there. Ain't much way to go.
Ward obviously respects her power because she's moving out the way. She's trying to get out of her way right now, but Britos, she's trapping her in the corner really well.
Yeah, Flo felt something in that first round because her strategy right now, Bubba, is don't get hit.
Absolutely. Not only that, Flo is looking at the offensive side saying, get her in there, hit her, just hit her one good time.
See, Ward has to do something if she wants to win the round.
That's a good shift.
Just off aggression alone.
Not to slip.
That was a good shift in footwork by Flo to get to rip to the body. Watch the footwork by Flo, wait, she slides in there. As her opponent starts to get out there and get on her bike, Flo does a good job of getting on her horse and getting her footwork in there and placing those punches.
I love when Britos has Ward on the rope. She's going for the body because she knows that the body, when she hits the body, they're going to be slow and her hands are going to go down, which gives ample opportunity for punches to the head.
This is where they can pick up big points if Flo can be more aggressive here in the last 20 seconds.
And Brito's like, Ray Corona, come on, something's going on here. I'm trying to fight. But if you're Vegas, this is it for you. You're doing a good job of extending your lead up by 2, 96-94.
Yeah, Ward just looks like she was trying to survive the round, but Britos was really trying to win it. There was a big difference, and Britos just took control of the whole round. She won it.
Not only was Flo trying to win it, she was trying to get some dominant points out there.
Look at me come back down to that chest.
She wanted that dominance there.
Yeah, Dewey's in the zone right now. He's got his Vegas squad feeling good.
Absolutely, and he's a good motivator when it comes to speaking to his troops and giving them what they need. I mean, I'm sure he gave Flo some instructions. She went out there and capitalized on every opportunity that was presented to her.
You know, Britos, she's getting the body, going to the head. Ward's trying to do something to stop it, but Britos just kept on going forward and delivering those punches with both hands.
One more fight in the middle rounds. It's going to be Michael Dawson and Sherrod Williams coming up next. Vegas, did they extend their lead thanks to Flo Britos? We'll see that as Sherrod Williams and Michael Dawson jump into the ring here in Long Beach, California. Semifinals of the Combat League. Williams in yellow for the hustle. Dawson in the red.
See, Dawson has a good jab. He throws everything off the jab. He's a good overall boxer, but his opponent's moving his head.
Yeah, and we've seen this matchup earlier, so it's good to see what the adjustments have been made, knowing that we already saw Williams go down to Dawson in the scorecards. We can see what now Williams has to do to possibly maybe win it or not make it look as bad as it did optically.
Atlanta in the red trunks. Dawson weighing 138. Sherrod 135. Sherrod finished that second round against Dawson earlier. Very aggressive.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking to be more aggressive here too as well, excuse me.
See, Dawson, he's taking...
Body shot.
Yeah,
very nice from Dawson.
He just got a call from Atlanta as well. Someone from Atlanta's team said, hey, we need you to get him up out of there. You know, wanting those big points, being down by 3 with only 6 rounds to go and some big hitters on Vegas' side. It's not looking good for Atlanta, and they're starting to notice that.
Yeah, Williams, he can't get by the jab, and everything off the jab from Dawson, he goes to the body, throws other punches while he's on the ropes. If he can't get by his jab, there's nothing he really could do. Dawson's just going to play around in the ring and just do his thing.
Williams needs to get out of that corner, and he does.
Not only does he need to get out of that corner,
he pushes down Dawson.
What he's got to watch out for is that uppercut that has not been set up for the last 2.5 minutes, but it's been set up for the last 4.5 minutes. He has been setting up that uppercut since the first round that these two saw each other. So he's got to really be susceptible and understanding what he is susceptible to.
Dawson is long and quick.
Very.
Very, very skilled.
And he's snapping that jab now.
And that rib to the body start coming up.
See, Williams, he has no answers to anything Dawson's doing at this moment. He's just confused on what to do to get by the jab.
And sometimes you don't have to answer in the Team Combat League. You just need to do enough to not get blanked.
It's not your traditional fight where you're going to get your 10, 12 rounds.
You're looking at the person to the left of you, to the right of you. You're trying to win enough for them, you know?
Yeah, totally different concept than usual boxing.
Very interesting that they have Dawson here in the middle rounds and not the money rounds.
Absolutely, yeah. I think that maybe, you know, Atlanta was maybe going to pick up some middle rounds here. Maybe the heavyweight was supposed to do something later against Vegas's heavyweight, but who knows what the coaching staff is thinking. But right now, Dawson has, you know, won these rounds.
There's a hook from Dawson.
Every opening Dawson sees, he's taking advantage of it, and he's landing it like that.
He's got to not give up too many big points, does Williams.
You're Williams right now, just survive the round, give up the 1 point.
100%. Grab, hold, get a little wrestling, maybe a little double leg, WWE in there, and do what you got to do to make Vegas get to those playoffs.
The middle rounds are winding down. The money rounds still to come. The semifinals, Team Combat League, Vegas, Atlanta. And it's Vegas with a slight edge. The middle rounds are done. Still to come, the money rounds. Miguel Flores, I'm telling you, sitting here ringside, you feel the vibe, you feel the energy, but it was Michael Dawson who did enough, I think, to come back in that round and control against Sherrod Williams for the second time tonight. Dawson has been solid for Atlanta here tonight in the semifinals. It's been Dawson controlling against Williams. Is it enough to get Atlanta back into the mix? Let's go back to the desk with Austin Trout, Miguel Flores, Vlad Panning, and the coach. Miguel, what's happening?
Thank you, Beto. And we are just concluded the middle rounds. It was a big portion of the fight for the middle rounds in favor of Las Vegas. Vlad, I'll start with you. Vegas really took a stranglehold of that matchup in the middle rounds, dominating with. We don't know what the result of the last round was. I believe Atlanta did enough to get it. But so far, even if they did, they still won that portion 4 rounds to 2.
Yeah, you know, Vegas really started to pull away in that middle section of the fight. And Atlanta's really going to have to come back strong in the money rounds to even it out. They have some guys that they can always lean on, like Dawson, we just saw, who, you know, shorten their lead a little bit, but it's really going to come down to the money rounds if Atlanta can pull it back out.
Austin, Vegas was looking forward to this matchup because they felt like they were being overlooked as the 4th seed, and already they're in prime position heading into the money rounds to close this thing out and to get a chance to go to the Mega Brawl this Sunday with Team Combat League.
Listen, talk about an underdog story. You know, Atlanta being number 1, Vegas coming in as the last person in the semifinals. They're really taking it to them. In fact, I think Atlanta is a little bit nervous right now. They're going to have to figure out what they're going to do to not just even it, but to take the lead so they can be in the final. It's not going to be easy, and Vegas is not here to lay down for anybody.
Absolutely not. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from those middle rounds as we saw Las Vegas really take a stranglehold and give themselves the advantage. Coach A.C. Bryant, what did you see in those middle rounds in these matchups?
Oh, well, basically what I said at, you know, when we first talked was like whoever can make the proper adjustments in the middle rounds, that's going to help swing the pendulum in their way. And I believe Las Vegas did that. Atlanta did end on a high note with Michael Dawson's outstanding performance, but I think just Las Vegas is just too much right now, and now we're getting to the money rounds where they've been saving their ace in the holes.
Absolutely. As we took a look, Andrew Murphy had a huge round. That was a fantastic round. You saw both men nearly knocked each other down. Andrew Murphy was able to stay on his feet and close the round strong. And then Florencia Britos for Las Vegas as well has been dominant in her 2 rounds, winning both rounds over Mona Ward. Another key cog for that Las Vegas Hustle team. She has been tremendous thus far. And now Las Vegas is just a few money rounds away from becoming and heading to the Mega Brawl. Now let's send it over to Jordan Plant, who's with her husband and former world champion, Caleb Plant.
Thanks, Miguel. Yeah, I got a former world champion, Caleb Plant, with me. It's great to have you here. This is your first Team Combat League event. What do you think about it so far?
Man, it's exciting. I'm enjoying it. You know, got to see a lot of my friends from the amateurs, and, you know, it's good to see them up there doing their thing, still boxing, and, you know, I'm happy to be here. Like I said, a lot of good action.
Is there a certain team that you're really pulling for tonight to make it to the finals?
I'm not really pulling for any specific team. You know, I just got, you know, guys on each team that I grew up with and amateurs with that have always been cool. So just certain fighters tonight, not a team.
Well, it's great to have you here. So I must say, 2023 has been an amazing year from boxing. There's been some huge fights. I will say, you and David Benavidez kicked off the mega fights in 2023 in March. What would you say we have to look forward to the rest of the year? What fight are you looking forward to the most?
I mean, there's been a lot of great fights. You know, the 2023 has been a huge year for boxing, and, you know, I'm glad to be able to be, you know, part of that helped start that off, and, you know, hopefully I was motivation for some of the other, you know, big name guys to, you know, sign that contract and get in there and make big fights happen. That's what it's all about. And, you know, I heard that Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder probably going to get it in before the end of the year. We got Charlo and Canelo coming up, so there's still a lot of big fights that, you know, we have to look forward to. I'm excited.
And do you have anything lined up before the end of the year?
The plan is November, December. And, you know, as soon as we're able to, you know, keep an update, give you all an update, we will. Until then, you know, I've just been in the gym grinding, working. And, you know, I'm looking forward to what's next.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time. I'll let you enjoy the rest of the fights. And, guys, we'll send it back to you at the desk.
Thank you, Jordan. It is now time for our money rounds between the Atlanta Attack and the Las Vegas Hustle. Let's meet our next matchup. First up for the Atlanta Attack, here is Devontae Williams. And now for the Las Vegas Hustle, here is Samuel Arnold.
Devontae Williams, Samuel Arnold going to get going. 78, 77, that's where we're going to be at right now. This would be a good one. Amir, you like this battle?
I liked it a lot. Samuel Arnold, he took advantage of it at the end of the later in the round. He threw more punches. He dominated. I thought he won it. And let's see if he could, you know, do it again in this round.
The semifinals, Bubba, Atlanta, Vegas. It's money round time. Show me something, right?
With it being money time, and it show me time, that son of his over there is not looking good for him. You know, that Atlanta coach has a son in the cage, in the ring right now, going for Vegas, and I'm pretty sure if he was my son, I'd be looking to pull the belt out on him.
Bubba, letting them know what's going on. Forget it. We ain't family once we're fighting, right?
Man, and it's such a hard concept to think about, you know, with Sam Arnold Jr. being in the being in the ring, and then his dad, you know, coaching against him, knowing all the flaws, knowing all the weaknesses and the strengths that he put in them. You know, your children are only like refrigerators. They only have what you put in them. So a lot of things that he's seeing tonight from Sam Arnold, he knows the pros and cons too.
Yeah, it's starting to look like the last time in the last round they fought each other. You know, they're feeling each other out. They're trying to see what openings they can get, and let's see what happens from here.
Well, it's Junior in the yellow trunks with a 2-point lead for Las Vegas. What can he do to extend it?
You know, try to be more aggressive. You know, there's 2 points Las Vegas this way, and he's going against his father, but he's got to be more aggressive with this opponent. I think the better fighters will show when he's more aggressive.
The 13th round. It could be very, very interesting in the money round.
Yeah, in the money rounds, they have to let their hands go. This is you know, their team's relying on them right now, you know, so they can get to victory overall at the end. Good combination by Arnold.
And the thing about waiting as long as they waited, one thing can happen and that can win you the round, or one thing could not happen and that could lose you the round. You know, when you wait like that, you basically only have now what is a minute and 10 seconds to get that opponent what you were trying to give them for 3 minutes.
It's a very excellent referee in there, and Tom Taylor. He'll do the last 6 here in the semifinals. Just wild and sloppy.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Arnold came in kind of aggressive. You know, if his opponent actually counter-punched really well, he could have got him, but Arnold got back.
It looks like Arnold's not fighting to win. He's fighting not to lose. And that changes his concept when it comes to him being aggressive.
Yeah, that's dangerous, too. You only have a 2-point lead.
Yeah, absolutely. He could be giving his dad a little favor now. A little late Father's Day gift, you know that.
And there's some bonus money involved?
Hey, you sleep in my house, it's always going to be bonus money involved.
Arnold, he's trying his feints right now, seeing if that could work and getting any openings from that.
Ooh,
great punch
from
Arnold
there, absolutely.
The only punch that really landed.
Yep. The only combination of the round came with 20 seconds left.
And those moments right there win you the round. And if I'm a judge, I give that to Arnold just off that.
Tough one to score. Round 13, winding down. Williams and Arnold. Vegas with a 2-point lead. How will the judges score this one? It was rough and ugly to watch that round.
Yeah, I would give it to Arnold.
You got to give it to Arnold because of what happened in the last couple of seconds, but also the aggression. And, you know, that's the second round that they've seen. We haven't seen much from Atlanta really trying to win the fight, really just trying to survive.
Our production guys in the truck able to find the punches that did land this round.
Clean punch, clean overhand right.
Just a little bit of a body shot. Is that enough to get in the judges' side? Up next, Khalid Johnson, Ronnie Astion. 162-pounders, round 14. It's the semifinal of the Team Combat League. Sunday, Megal Brawl. The winner advances against the winner of New York and DC, which is coming up later on tonight. Tom Taylor let him know we're coming. Astion gets into the ring.
They got the score right. They got everybody in the cage, and let's get it going, baby.
And it's also a very small ring, 19 by 19.
So they have no choice but to confront each other and come right, you know. They're going to come at each other. They have nowhere to run.
That's what you like to see in the Team Combat League anyway. You know, it's playoff time, big money's on the line. You might as well get it in there and make it phone booth boxing.
That's Bubba Jenkins. I'm Beth the Drown alongside Amir Tyson. Semifinals, Tom Taylor waiting for the go-ahead.
You know, that's what always brings the crowds. You know, phone booth boxing, like you said, it always brings the crowds to the fights.
On you.
And Tom Taylor brings him in.
Ooh,
right
away
immediately from Johnson. Okay.
Right away he was going at him with an attack.
Like that, like in the earlier rounds, they probably told Johnson, hey, you let us down with giving Wyatt or giving Watt, you know, his ability to get out of there.
Oh, another one for
want to
Johnson.
see something from you. They asked him for it.
Well, he better do something because they're down by 3, 125, 122.
And that's what he knows.
Just 30 seconds into this round, he's landing a lot of clean overhand rights.
And if you're Johnson, you're looking for one big punch right now.
And you know that Ronnie is a smaller guy. You've seen him fight this year earlier at a smaller weight class. So you've seen him a couple of times against smaller opponents and your smaller teammates. So you should go in there with 2 minutes left trying to get your team back into this Las Vegas versus Atlanta fight.
You got to represent your team name. They're called the Attack for a reason. It's time to do it. Down by 3.
Yeah, Johnson, he has to take chances. His team's losing by 3 points, so he has to give everything he has. But like you said before, he has to go for the knockout in order to win point-wise.
Your season can end tonight.
And
don't want to do that.
And it looks like with Atlanta having the hold of the year, really, you know, doing as well as they've done, with 4 rounds left, they look like they might be going home early.
Unless Johnson can get something going here. Still to come, Javon Davis and Keith Hunter. And then you got to be careful because the big heavyweight Michael Hunter is the last round.
Ooh, good overhand right.
And those heavyweights are bound to knock each other out with one punch, so that can change a lot of things with this score.
See, Johnson, he's willing to take chances. He's throwing more punches. That's why he's winning the round at this particular moment. Let's see what Ronnie could do to come back. But as of right now, it's Johnson.
That's all Johnson in this round. Another good right hand for Team Attack.
Stop.
And if you're Astion, Bubba, Just make sure you survive the run on your feet, right?
Absolutely. You know, you don't want to give up anything that's big, give them any momentum, give them any crowd-pleasing moments. You know, they are a long way from home. You guys are 3 points ahead, 4 rounds to go. The mathematics is in your place, and you just got to stay in there and be tough, man. Ronnie Austin has done a great job all year of being a reliable fighter, so this is nothing different with the last 40 seconds to go.
And that's something that Dewey has to be really aware with his fighters. It's a different strategy right now.
Absolutely. He said that immediately. When we were speaking backstage, he was saying it's going to take everybody, from every female to every male, from every heavyweight to every smaller weight. Everyone's going to need to give their best performance for them to still
Clean
win.
punch. Just consistently landing clean punches. The judges see that, and I'm pretty sure they're giving him the round at this moment.
Oh, absolutely. It's been a solid round for Khalid Johnson.
Well, I don't think Ronnie was looking to win the round. Ronnie was just looking to just make sure that he didn't give up, you know, the 3 points that they are down by, or that they're up by, really.
Yeah, it's like he gave up in the middle of the round.
Solid round between Khalid Johnson and Ronnie Stone. That was easy. That was all Johnson.
100%. Absolutely. You know, and that was the way that I believe both teams saw it going before that fight even took place.
This clean punch is consistent, and he's defensively good too. He's staying away from punches and landing his other punches at will.
Let's go. So there you see the highlights between Johnson and Stone, but it was a solid one for Khalid Johnson.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that Ronnie Austin tried to do what he could, but you know, melting the clock and just staying in there, staying active, giving his team a fighting chance to win or advance to the playoffs.
Back here, ringside, Bethel Duran, Bubba Jenkins, and Austin. One of the things about this is you want to feel like you're ready to go, Amir. There's a vibe in here right now.
It's a beautiful vibe. It's going all throughout the crowd. Everyone just amped. It's a beautiful scene tonight, and I love it.
And now it's Keith Hunter inside the ring. Right now, Hunter and Davis, they come in for the second time tonight.
And this round 2 of a heated debate of who is better, who won the last one, and who's the better guy. I mean, these guys have been going at it for not only just 3 minutes, but weeks on end.
And Khalid Johnson did his job for Atlanta, who now trails by 2.
Good check hook. Amazing check hook by Davis.
Yes, it was a good big punch, momentum grabber, but I don't really think it hurt Keith Hunter too much. The way that Keith's moving, he still got his wearings about him. He's still strategic. He just got caught, which was a great punch by Davis.
Yeah, he left it off.
You were saying earlier, Bubba, this is the boxer against the street brawler kind of guy.
Right.
And Davis is doing the beautiful boxing right now.
Absolutely. And I think Keith Hunter is doing good with his street antics. And I wouldn't say street antics, but just his strategy and his unorthodox boxing ways, right? He's just shedding traps, leaning a little bit, but that is what makes him better. That's what made him good. The way he leans, the way he punches, the way he sets things up is what gives him his advantage. So you don't want to take that from him, even though it's unorthodox to your everyday boxing skills.
Yeah, you could tell Davis, he's more of a hit and not get hit type of guy. He's thinking in the ring. You know, he came out of this round with a ferocious look in his eye. He's not playing any games at all.
Attacking is Davis. When you're down by 2, you just had a teammate of Khalid Johnson take a solid round. You see that.
A minute 30 left. Hunter's just got to be smart. You know, sometimes it's not about the tough fighter or the more skilled or strategic guy. Sometimes it's about the smarter fighter. And right now, Team Combat Las Vegas needs Hunter to just be the smarter fighter.
I mean, these two were DMing each other. I'm going to knock you out. I'm going to end you here.
Yeah, you know, you have to back up that talk.
Oh, yeah.
You get more attention to eyes to you when you talk crap. You have to back it up.
Tom Taylor letting him work out.
And they like the brawl there. You know, Hunter's getting hit with his own medicine there, a little bit of dirty boxing, and he started to reply back with it. You know, I started seeing some bravado there by Davis.
Yeah, Davis is outboxing and out-toughing Hunter at this particular moment.
Davis is really confident. Look how low he keeps that left hand.
Yeah, he got caught right there with that.
Oh, they're talking in there too.
Yeah. I think what's happening is Davis is feeling himself a little bit. He's got a little bit more energy.
Snarl right there.
Yeah, got a little bit more energy, so he's trying to really do something.
If you're Hunter, you better be careful.
Oh, he wants to get him out of here.
Yeah. All you got to do is not hit the ground.
Whoa.
Now it's getting dirty. Now Tom Taylor's going to say something.
Yeah. You can't hit behind your head.
And Dewey's letting him know.
You can't do that.
Yeah, Dewey's not going to allow that guy to try to take the points from him and get him out of there.
Don't do anything stupid in the last 10 seconds.
Smart fight. Just be smart. Just be smart. And Vegas walks away with maybe losing the round, but not giving up the big points.
Ooh, they're going out, throwing everything.
Mouthpiece goes out at the end. They're still swinging, and that'll do it.
That was an amazing round.
That's the kind of finish we want to see by two guys who really didn't like each other.
Okay.
That's the type of stuff we want to see.
Now the commission
they're
jumps
hugging
in.
it out. That's
No,
what I
now
love
they're
about boxing.
Okay, good.
That's what I love about boxing. You fight it out, and it's all love after.
Yeah.
No, it was
So
a war they just had.
Hunter
you know?
slashed the throat, and the commission's jumping in right away.
Yeah, it was
But
scared,
it's like, okay,
nervous.
But that was exactly what you were talking about, Bubba, where Dewey's going to make sure his guys are, don't do anything stupid right now. Like, don't do anything that's going to ruin the fight
With
tonight.
all the emotion involved and all the bad blood and the trash talking, and yeah, we got some fist flying in here. This is, don't get it twisted. This is a fist fight. This isn't chess. This is a fist fight. But at the end of the day, you want to get the job done in advance with no one getting seriously hurt and everybody going home to their parents and moms.
The highlight showing no games being played tonight.
See that right there, Hunter? He was joking around doing it.
Yep.
But if you're the commission, I don't know if you're playing or not. We're not going to take any.
This is LA. We got to calm things down.
Especially with the background of them talking crap prior to it.
Exactly, which they were warned about and all that.
Yeah.
Round 16, Frankie Solomon, Andrew Murphy, who ended their first round really strong.
Getting closer.
And it's now a 1-point advantage for Las Vegas, which Team Murphy is on.
That's too straight for Atlanta. They got a little bit of momentum, but Andrew Murphy pulled out the round last time. I'm sure he's looking to duplicate his performance. And again, Solomon's going to want to crowd him and do a little dirty boxing and get his offense going.
Right now, it's starting to look like the first round they had earlier today. You know, Murphy's moving him back. They're feeling each other out, but Murphy's actually pushing him back and, you know, pushing him to the corner without pushing him. He's walking him down.
Right hand for Murphy.
That is the same slip right hand that he tried to catch him with last time. Almost from the same place in the cage, or in the ring.
Light heavyweights.
Ooh, and Andrew Murphy's feeling himself a little bit. Getting a little bit light on the foot, getting a little bit light with his motion.
What was in that cowboy hat he was wearing? A little extra.
Oh, no,
Man, bravado, attitude, mentality. You know, sometimes that's what it takes.
When you got the mullet going, you better be doing something.
Yeah, that's a Florida thing, I think.
They're still trying to get that a shot that could hurt or daze someone and change the momentum of the fight, but they're still trying to see openings that they can't find yet.
Ooh, good three-punch combination there by Murphy.
Coming up next, Marcel Davidson, Deontay Brown.
Solomon reminds me of a football player who happens to box.
Good punch by Solomon.
You know, the technique isn't all there, but the bruteness and the muscle and the athleticism, that's all there. But the technique seems to be slightly off.
Like an old school fullback.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sean Porter-esque, right?
It's very Sean Porter-esque. He's going to definitely get you that 4th and 1 that we're looking for. But as far as getting Las Vegas out of there, I don't think that's going to happen with his technique and the way he's tomahawking some of his punches.
Yeah, his hands are really low. Sometimes he keeps his hands low, and he's going to be susceptible for a counter punch.
See, just right there, it was a perfectly timed punch, but the technique was off and he completely missed it. Again, good timing with what he's doing. His technique is just slightly off, and in the sweet science that boxing is, you're just going to miss those angles by just that minimum inch.
And good footwork by Murphy, too, slipping these punches against the southpaw.
Absolutely.
Right now, it's a more closely contested round. I really don't know who's winning it at this moment, but Murphy did some good work. Solomon's coming back, but we got to see how these 34 seconds unfolds.
I think Solomon has missed a lot of punches, but he collected there.
He collected there.
Yes.
You're right.
The
round is winding down.
It's going to tell. It's still in the air.
These last 15 to 10 seconds will be very important on the judges' scorecard.
You know what I think? I think Solomon may have stole that round, ladies and gentlemen. He might have stole that round.
Exactly.
10 seconds to go.
Aggression
Can
and output of
Solomon land
punches.
another one?
Head down, just swinging. I think Solomon may have won that round.
It's close. And also Solomon was first a lot.
Yes,
you guys talked about that earlier.
He changed his strategy. You saw him pushing him against the cage
Right.
last time. You saw him pushing Murphy against the rings last time. This time he kind of got in the open a little bit.
You see he landed the punch right away, Solomon. He's backing him up now. It's much different than the last rounds. Getting clean with punches.
Just missing some of those good technical punches.
The ones he's hitting him with is good, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Be interesting. Round 17. 139-pounders, Marcel Davidson, Deontay Brown go at it again.
You know, Marcel, he's a really big lightweight. He's tall, uses reach. He's a really big for a lightweight.
I'm interested to see what this score is, ladies and gentlemen, because it is coming down to it as we expected to the wire.
Tom Taylor.
Love to see it.
Ready to bring him in, and we still got the hammer for Las Vegas and Michael Bounty Hunter. And the heavyweight, that's coming up next in the 18th and final round. We're in the money section. Team Combat League, and it's tied up. Solomon did it, pulled it off.
Yes, he did, as predicted, right? That's 3 straight for Atlanta.
Fast switch jabs. He's jabbing him, looking for openings. He's pushing Vegas.
Good right hook.
Brown, the shorter fighter coming in.
Beautiful right hook by Brown. And beautiful good punch by Davison there, catching him with that too.
Brown's a shorter guy. He has to move his head to get in, because if Davison throws those jabs, exactly what happened there will continue to happen.
Semifinals of Team Combat League. The winner to Mega Brawl on Sunday. Right now, it's Vegas and Atlanta tied at 152.
Oh!
Brown
Great
with the
punch.
big hook.
But Davison took it. Acting
He
like it
kind of
didn't even
slapped
phase
it
him.
a little bit, if, like we said, a technique. He almost had it correctly. Had he turned it over, that would have did more damage. But it definitely got the crowd involved.
It was like an audible slap.
Absolutely.
The money rounds have been money for Team Atlanta. The attack, using their name, they're attacking.
Absolutely, and you were saying earlier, you know, why wasn't Dawson maybe in this round or that round? And maybe the strategy is starting to peek itself out here as we're looking at it go to the last 2 rounds, likely going down to Hunter.
Well, Dawson winning in round 12 propelled Atlanta back into the mix. He helped to propel.
Yeah, and that was a stolen round that Murphy gave up. So this is Atlanta looking to do what they want to do. And it doesn't look good for Davison right here, because Dante Brown got those 2 punches off, that check hook and that big overhand. So he could be still in the round with a minute left.
Yeah, that audible slap that we talked about earlier, it changed the momentum of the fight. He definitely felt it. He took it when he felt it, so he's a little more hesitant to throw his hands.
Good jab there. He seems to be a little bit faster. Good overhand again.
From Brown.
Yeah.
Vegas, solid 17th round. Still to come, DC, New York, and the other semifinal.
Yeah, Browns, he's hitting him and then hitting and not getting hit, and that's you know, that's the business of boxing.
And it's not surprising that he's winning with that inside overhand right. You know, it's like a little step in, short overhand right, like being done in the dirty boxing phone booth, but it is perfectly landing for the strategy at hand.
Also looking good in the 17th.
They have to realize this, if they don't win this, they can't advance. So these next 2 fights, this fight and the next one, it's a lot on the line, and they need to fight like it.
Yeah, Atlanta needs this last 30 seconds if they want to pull this fight out.
And we still got the heavyweights to finish it up. Devon Young, Michael Hill.
A little early on the clock there, but
I really don't know how you would call this fight. It looks pretty even to me.
No.
They both had good exchanges, but what do you think?
Nah, that was Brown landing the big shots.
Brown landed all the big shots and landed all the big damage and got the crowd more involved, seemed to be more of the aggressor, and moved very well.
Yeah.
And let's look at the highlights. I bet you all the highlight packs are going to be all Brown.
And look at Dewey. I think that, I mean, Dewey, if Dewey could tell us anything, he would tell us that he's winning it. Las Vegas is feeling like they're in the driver's seat. You can see with these overhand lefts here that Dante Brown is setting up, that Las Vegas is feeling good about their chances to make it to the playoffs.
Even on the ropes, he still was getting punches to let him get out the way.
Woo-wee, back here ringside.
Down to it, baby.
Woo. We're right next to Team Las Vegas, and here you heard them say something. What are they yelling over there?
I don't know. They're just really excited, and they're ready to go.
Hustle hard is what they're yelling.
They're full of excitement.
And it's Las Vegas, Atlanta in the 18th round. Michael Hunter.
You notice they don't got that score up there. Everybody wants to see the score. Where is it? Come on.
No. We know it, but we're not going to tell you.
And there's nothing better than having the 2 best heavyweights in Team Combat League deciding who's going to advance.
Yeah, absolutely. And you cannot draw this or map it out. Team Combat League just has to play itself out. Boxing has to be boxing. Fans have to be fans. And we have to see what the night holds.
And there's the beauty of score, boxing, official. Vegas up by 1, 162-161. So Atlanta needs a knockdown.
They both know it's close, so they're going to let their hands go.
They're
They know it
wrestling
means
in there.
everything.
Man, those
That was
body
an
shots.
inside high single right there.
Yeah.
I know it.
Those body shots will take a toll.
Oh, Michael with the big right hand.
He knows those body shots take a toll. Every time he's inside, he keeps on hitting him consistently into the body.
And you know what? I like the referee not getting involved as much because it matters. Right now, everything matters for both teams. Everything matters for both coaches. Everything matters for everyone involved on both sides of it. So let's let it go down to the biggest guys, the baddest guys, the undefeated record with the biggest punches.
Yeah.
Right now, Team Combat League Championship playoffs. Who wants it?
And if there is a tie, coaches will pick 2 more matches, 2 more rounds. But right now, I think Michael Hunter's like, all right, forget you, Beto. There ain't no tie.
Yeah, absolutely. He's not looking for there to be a knockout on his end.
No.
It's really about who wants it more. They know what's on the line. They have to dig deep and get it, and both of them are digging deep. Both of them are digging deep right now,
The
guys.
heavyweights.
Ooh.
Oh, Michael looking at that big uppercut.
He wanted that one. He started looking for that punch.
Oh, my.
You know, the referee is allowing them to be dirty and grimy, and I like it, you know. That's what matters. Look at everyone on their feet. If you look at the crowd right now, there is not a dry eye or a seated butt. You know, everybody is on their feet looking for the last 1 minute to be exciting.
The first time Team Combat League comes to California in Long Beach, and there's a vibe, there's an energy. It's the semifinals. Vegas on top of Atlanta.
You know, the sun and palm trees out here way better than Connecticut. That's all I know.
Yeah, I think someone's got to tell some of these guys how much time is left so they know. Give them a time clock. Let them know, hey, you got 30 seconds for us to win, or you got 30 seconds for us to pull us victory out. You know, I think they kind of know it by just being in the ring, but it's go time for somebody.
Yeah, Michael Hunter's landing those brutal body punches that could break ribs once he gets inside.
Oh, Young with the big right hand.
Ooh, he caught him.
Oh!
He caught him.
Young. Was that enough?
He did catch him.
Was
with that
it
last
enough
couple
for
seconds.
Young?
Trying to push him off to let him know he's stronger.
I don't know if it was enough.
I don't think it was enough.
Wow.
But he
we'll
caught
find
him.
out.
The judges' scorecards, here we come.
I don't know if it was enough, but he did enough to make it very interesting.
Yeah.
And you never know what's going on. Team Combat League is
That's
done.
exciting.
The first semifinal is done.
I loved it.
Woo!
That's exciting. It's a nail biter, man, going down to the nitty gritty.
It was so close, but who do you guys think won that round?
I gotta catch my breath here. Sorry.
You know what? I'm going to give it to Hunter because of what the round was, the entirety of the round. I would say that there were some moments in there, but for the most part, Hunter won the round.
Those body punches, man. Those body punches to me won the round. It slowed him down and made him more fatigued. Young had his moments, but overall, it was just Hunter.
Yeah.
Body punch again. It was
that right hand caught him very well.
A temporary moment, but like you said before, I think Hunter, you know, he did enough to win this round, Bubba.
Absolutely. Going back and forth there. And I can see everybody in the building is nervous for Atlanta and nervous for Las Vegas.
Everybody right now. They're getting their money's worth, that's all I know.
So we don't know what happened. Vegas was up by 1. And let's go to Miguel Flores with, okay. So Miguel's getting into the ring. So Miguel Flores, our ring announcer, has the scorecard. Vegas is up by 1. What happened in that last round between Michael Hunter and Devon Young? What do you think?
I'm biased.
I think Hunter got it done.
You think Hunter?
I think Vegas got it.
I need Hunter to have got it done.
I think Vegas got it.
I'm not going to give an opinion. These two think Vegas has advanced. We're going to find out.
And I'm from D.C. and I think Vegas won, so I'm not biased at all.
So we're going to find out from Miguel Flores what happened in the semis.
You know what? When it goes...
All right, ladies and gentlemen, after 18 rounds between the Las Vegas Hustle and the Atlanta Attack, going to the scorecards, we have a tie. It is dead even. So now each coach will pick a weight class, 2 matchups to be determined who will be moving on to the Team Combat League Mega Brawl. 2 more rounds to go to determine the winner.
Whoa! Wow!
Did they for them to be a tie, did they have to give the other fighter other than Hunter the round?
So Michael Hunter is upset. He is livid over there.
Very upset. and I'm thinking he's saying, put it on me, coach.
So
you know,
the
if y'all think I dropped that round, put it on me. Let me get the next round back.
Michael Hunter's not even asking.
He's
for the coach.
already.
He's going into the ring right now.
Let's
he
go.
wants to prove it.
Hunter's
another
walking,
round.
but
He said, let's go.
He's ready.
He said, let's
He's
go.
ready.
He said, bring him out, bring him out.
But it's Hunter going in, but the commission hasn't allowed it, and Dewey's taking him out.
Dewey's getting his troops in order because it's time to get the bottom line addressed right here and now.
There's no way that Hunter lost that round. So if they gave the round to the
well,
other
they
fighter,
did.
Young, wow.
But here's what's happening.
That's
The reason
crazy.
there's delay, Michael Hunter can get in and everything else, but because it's a sanctioned fight, the commission has to write it down. They have to put everything down. We got to get the paperwork done.
He can't just get in there and tell him, come on out of here.
Michael's all fired up.
I love it. He's
But
amped.
we got to relax, right, commission?
There's paperwork to be done.
He nodded his head yes.
Yeah, I love the energy.
Right,
It's
I love
great.
it.
And
there's
the
a
two
lot-
Hunter brothers won it the most, it seems, you know. There's two brothers on the other end. I'm not sure if they're in the same weight class, but it seems to be a family affair. Everybody's invested. Everybody wants something.
Hunter's ready to go. He's in savage mode right now, ready to throw his hands.
All right, so they're going to get everything figured out right now. I'll tell you, right next to the Team Vegas, they are fired up. Everybody wants to get in the ring, but right now, let's go back to the desk with Miguel Flores.
Thank you, Megal. And oh my gosh, guys, what a way to, I guess, not necessarily end it, but climactic finish. And now we ended up in a draw. Vegas was going into these money rounds in the driver's seat, and Atlanta was able to come back and tie this matchup up. And they were down going into what many thought it was a premier matchup. Michael Hunter, final round, they're up. You assume that's your best fighter. You're going to close the show, but a tremendous comeback from Atlanta Attack. Guys, thoughts, Austin, that final round, did you agree with that decision to give it to Atlanta?
Absolutely, and look, when you have the top two heavyweights in the league come together, the first round I thought Hunter won. The second time I thought Atlanta won, and he did. And now we're at a tie break because these two teams are very closely matched. I think this is a perfect way that this fight should have gone.
Coach A.C. Bryant, now this is something that Team Combat League has not really seen before. It's a tie through 18. Now both coaches get to determine their one matchup, each coach, who's their best fighter, who they put in fourth. How would you strategize if you're both Las Vegas and Atlanta?
If I was Las Vegas, I would for sure look at using my female or Samuel Arnold. They've been 100. They've been clutch for this right here. If I was Atlanta, I would go to 135, use Michael Dawson or Young, the heavyweight. I think he's coming on. I think he's getting confident, and a confident fighter is it's a very dangerous fighter. I think that's what's going to happen. If they do it, if they pull it off just right, we may see another historical event, part 2 of the playoffs. I mean the draw again, where they
the question is what happens if they split it 1-1 and then it's a double draw.
Yeah. And Vlad, how are you looking at the way this fight finished for both Las Vegas and Atlanta?
I mean, we talked about what Atlanta had to do to get back in the mix and tie it back up, and they came back strong in the money rounds. But really with these 3-minute fights, all it's about, what's going through my mind is whoever it is that's going to win is whoever is able to capitalize on every single opportunity, right? Because in a 12-round fight, you have time, right? So some guy could lunge in and you might not capitalize on that, and that's all right. But
all right, Vlad, now I believe both coaches have determined their matchup. It is now time to see who will move on to the Mega Brawl between the Atlanta Attack and the Las Vegas Hustle. It's time to go.
All right, so we got our fights right now. Michael Dawson and against Sherrod Williams. They'll do it for the 3rd time tonight. And you said this, Bubba, you like that pick from Atlanta. Why?
Really good pick from Atlanta. They've won every minute of every round tonight. Sherrod Williams has an shown ability to want to win against Michael Dawson, so I think it's a great pick going into overtime.
Yeah, and I think this is style-wise, Michael Dawson, will take the victory the vast majority of the times against Williams. Styles make fights, and I think Dawson's style just gives him trouble.
Team Combat League semifinals. And what do we have?
Overtime, baby.
18.
The whole crowd is nervous standing on their feet right now, man.
So it's also the first time we're in California.
Yeah.
And great job by the commission to make sure that everything is taken care of.
As they should.
Make sure that the judges know what's going on. Everybody knows. Look, we're live right now on YouTube, but let's make sure we get everything taken care of.
Yeah.
So the judges were told, and they want to make sure that they have their cards ready.
Right.
Because it's a very, very important round. It's huge, a lot on the line, so you make sure every single detail is there.
Everything they've been working for is on the line right now.
Jack Reese is our referee. Jack Reese, our referee. And it's Michael Dawson, Sherrod Williams. 2 more rounds to go. Up next will be the heavyweights as Hunter gets his wish. But right now, it's Michael Dawson in the red.
See, Williams is trying, but this every time, another check hook by Dawson. Overall better boxer.
Man, he's quick.
Yeah.
Very quick and skilled.
And he just can't give. Even though the bravado and the emotion was there and everybody got all hyped for Las Vegas, you got to go back to a place of strategy. And strategy says stall the clock, don't throw too many punches, and try to get out of here by not getting knocked out.
This was Dawson Williams in round 2. It was Dawson Williams in round 12. And that's when the momentum changed for Atlanta, when Dawson won that round.
Dawson is so good at punching and then getting out the way. It just, he confuses Williams.
It was Dawson's momentum that took it from Vegas and started that reign that Atlanta started on and didn't really end until the last 4 for Atlanta. They picked up the last 4 rounds.
Ooh, he's hurt. He's bleeding.
Oh, caught.
He's bleeding from his left eye.
Yes, he is. Michael Dawson isn't trying to win a round. He's trying to knock him out.
He's trying. I wouldn't be surprised if he knocked him out in this round.
And that's what he's got to do with the clock being what it is and the score being what it is. There's only 2 rounds left. He's looking to get a 10-8.
That'll be huge with the heavyweights coming up next. And Michael Hunter and Devon Young.
He's just been brutalizing him, outboxing him all 3 times they've met in the ring tonight.
Las Vegas is really in trouble here.
Atlanta and Dawson. Man, you can hear the thuds for the punches of Dawson.
Absolutely, he means it. He means it.
And he's smart. He sets everything up off the jab.
Williams' game, he's staying right there.
Absolutely, and Williams has got to do more boxing and less surviving. That's what's going to keep him here. The more strikes that Dawson gets at the bat, the more times a good knockout artist is going to hit it out of the park. He's got to just let him box.
But Williams has a
uppercut by Dawson.
Absolutely.
Oh, now.
Oh, my God.
Good uppercut by Sherrod there, and that's what answered him back. That got Dawson a little bit of attention and gives him a little bit more clock on that.
Yeah, you could tell Williams is hurt.
Williams was able to get one in on a hook, but it was Dawson who answered for 2-3.
Williams just trying to
body
survive
work.
the round.
More body work from Dawson. That's strong right there.
Good rips to the body there. You can feel those.
If he could just attack that some more.
Yeah, but I think Sherrod Williams is looking to set him up with a left hook, you know, just a catch and a rip, you know, something like that. I mean, it's a little short time on there, but he's playing a little bit of possum because I don't think he's as hurt as Dawson may have punched on him to be, but he's still in this fight.
Yeah,
there's a left hook there.
Yeah, Dawson, he's measuring him up, throwing body punches, then going up to the head. He's trying to knock him out in this round.
Good left hook.
He's trying.
Final seconds of overtime. And it's Michael Dawson doing the work for Team Atlanta.
Williams tried, but it's not good enough.
Respect to Sherrod Williams. He had a tough opponent all night long, and Michael Dawson, a big heart, a lot of bravado for Sherrod Williams.
And he stayed in there.
And the mentality it is to go in there, going a 3rd round, knowing that you have not won 1 minute of the last 6, knowing your team just needs you to do what you've already done and not do it any worse.
Michael Dawson doing work for his teammates in Atlanta, and he came out aggressive early on.
Yes, he came out real aggressive. He came out looking to get the points for his team and get Vegas out of there. But Dawson did a great job of just being on the offense, but Williams did a great job of not giving up the big points.
In boxing, there's levels to it, and obviously Dawson's in a bigger level than Williams. Oh, this is a fight tonight. This is the fight to end it right here.
Team Combat League semifinals. Atlanta, Las Vegas, the heavyweights in the 20th round. Devon Young in red, Michael Bounty Hunter in the gold, who thought he was robbed in that last round.
Each city's on their back right now.
Atlanta is up 181 to 180.
And both guys have split 1-1 tonight. Hustle, Vegas feeling like they should have won both rounds, but we're here, and we have another opportunity to set the record.
Got back in the ring, stomped his foot, but he has to take his time. He can't be too reckless so he doesn't get hit with any counters. Body punches again.
Hunter's been in the big fights. He knows what to do.
Yeah, a lot of emotions spoke Hunter, but the real work has got to be done inside the boxing.
Tom Taylor calls time as the tape was coming off of the glove of Devon Young. We're back in.
Gave him a little bit of time to breathe. Now he's back at it.
Hunter tagged Young a couple times, but it was Young who finished the 18th round really strong to take that round and tie it up, and that's why we're here.
Yeah, Hunter's body shots are taking a toll, though.
And I think it was the one punch that Hunter was susceptible to that made Young push it to that overtime bout that we're seeing right now.
It is right at the end.
It is literally all on the line with these two fighters tonight.
And Hunter looks extremely tired, as I was saying. His emotions might have said, give me the last fight, but he looks more tired than his skill will allow him to be.
Yeah, I feel like him being amped and stuff made him really.
Good shot. Body shot.
Good shot.
Golf trades. Good trades.
Good
He's been
shot by
timing
Young.
that.
Right hand hook from Young.
He's timing him. Young has got Hunter's timing down, and that's where he landed that big hook.
The winner to the Mega Brawl on Sunday. Make sure you follow Team Combat League social media for all the behind the scenes of what's going on here in Southern California.
The winner will decide what team wins and who is the best heavyweight in Team Combat League.
These boys are swinging for it, and there's so much balance and delicate stuff that's going on here. One good slip and one wrong punch can knock somebody out. These big boys can end everything with one punch and one angle.
And that's why we love the heavyweights.
You know, a lot of times a punch could be just an inch away and that could knock you out and you could just get away from it quick.
Vegas thought they had the hammer with Hunter in round 18. Devon Young.
They both look fatigued.
Yes, they do. With 20
Very
seconds
fatigued.
left, I still think Vegas needs to do more to win.
They should let their hands go for the rest of the 15 seconds left. It is that important.
Hunter taking a deep breath. 10 seconds.
Vegas needs to get behind Hunter because he needs a big punch.
Oh! Right at the
clean.
bell.
Right at the buzzer.
Is
right
that
at the
enough
buzzer.
for Michael Hunter?
I think that is what gave him the round. That's right at the end, right at the hustle. He did hustle. He showed Las Vegas hustle. He's showing the optics that he may have won.
The judges are human. They see the last 30 seconds, what they last saw, and that last thing they saw is a great right hand by Michael Hunter.
Hunter is definitely walking away feeling as though he won that, giving the guys a wink, feeling as though he came away with the victory for Las Vegas. If he comes away with the victory, I still think it goes down to a draw, doesn't it? They won one.
Another draw. Oh, my God. Another draw?
No, we don't know. I could definitely see that.
Well, because
Would not be
if Atlanta won the first one and then Vegas won the second one, we're back to 1-1 split.
Wow. That's insane.
So they're going to do, if there is a tie, we don't have the results. If there is a tie, there will be another round, and other fighters will get after it. Miguel Forrest is coming into the ring. He's going to go check with them. But yeah.
It's a great night of boxing this
So
night.
Absolutely. We got Holyfield in the house. We got Plant in the house. We got champion upon champion. We're in L.A. looking for the beautiful L.A. lights.
A lot on the line
LA,
right now.
baby.
We had 18 rounds. We had 2 extras. Why? Because on Sunday is the Mega Brawl. Let's see what's going on for Team Combat League.
The stakes are high as the top teams battle for a chance to advance to the highly anticipated Mega Brawl on August 20th. The atmosphere will be electric, with every moment filled with anticipation and excitement. Don't miss your chance at this historic event. Tickets are available now.
Mega Brawl on Sunday. That's Team Atlanta Team Vegas, we were tied after 18. We had 2 extra. Miguel Flores is our ring announcer. Let's hear it, Miguel. What's going on?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, after 20 rounds of boxing for our first semifinal between the Las Vegas Hustle and the Atlanta Attack, we have a winner. After 20 rounds, the winner, and moving on to the Team Combat League Championship Mega Brawl Final, the Atlanta Attack.
Congratulations to the Atlanta Attack. And Devon Young does it twice. Against Michael Hunter. It wasn't easy. It was by inches. But you see the emotion from Atlanta, a team that was down at 1.3.
What a comeback there in the last couple rounds of that fight. They came on strong and they kept it going. They kept the momentum, and it tells you momentum is everything in this game. And once they got a hold of it, they never relinquished it, and now they're going to the playoffs.
In my eyes, honestly,
they gave
Young proved to be the best heavyweight by doing it 2 against 1.
They gave him the last 2.
So Michael Hunter's over here talking to Bubba, and he's upset about it.
Yeah, he's trying to figure out what rounds they gave him. He can't believe they gave him the last 2 rounds.
Did they showcase who the best heavyweight was in Team Combat League?
So, hey, let's see here. Jordan Plant is inside the ring. Jordan, if you're ready, take it away.
Yes, congratulations, Coach Sam. You guys, that was a crazy 18 rounds plus the last 2 to decide the winner. Your guys fought very hard. How would you describe the whole night for you guys?
I would describe the night as adversity. We overcame adversity. That's what we did. I want to thank Ahmed. I want to thank Mark. I want to thank the whole Team Combat for giving us a chance to do what we do. We didn't have no big names on our team, but we stuck together every day. We did what we needed to do, and we brought the champ. We're going to the championship, and we're going to bring it home. I promise.
Yes, you guys are. You guys came out and attacked tonight for sure, without a doubt. Are there any guys on your team tonight that really stood out with their performance?
Man, everybody stood out because they listened to the instructions. We made the adjustments. We were down a couple rounds. We came and made the adjustment. So we all the MVP, the whole team the MVP. But I want to give a shout out to Big Dev because last time we fought Vegas, Big Dev was out on his feet. But we talked about it, and me and Coach Mustafa coached him through it, and he came back and he pushed through, and he the reason why we won.
And when you talked about it with him, what did you tell him to get his mind right for tonight?
I told him to relax, and that's just a man just like you a man. So you go out and do the same thing he's trying to do to you, you do it to him. So we told him to relax, and you're going to be okay? And that's what happened.
All right, and you guys are getting ready for Sunday now. What is your team's focus going to be and the mindset going into that?
Right now, we're going to go celebrate. Then we'll talk about that tomorrow.
All right, congratulations. Give it up for Atlanta Attack. All right, now I'm here with Evander Holyfield. What did you think about tonight's fight, man? That was exciting.
Well, it was great. It was great. My whole thing is that I didn't know nobody, but they asked me what team I'm going to go with home team. And so Atlanta got it, and great thing.
You've obviously been in this ring and had some tough fights, ones where you've had to dig deep and get through adversity, and this team did that tonight. They were down and then came back and made it a draw and then went to the tie decision. What did you see from these guys when they had to dig deep and pull out this win?
Well, they didn't give up. The most important thing is, I used to say I'd rather die than lose, and a lot of time when you have that mentality, you're not going to quit.
Exactly, and they didn't quit tonight. Well, thank you so much for your time. We're going to send it over to Cynthia.
Dewey Cooper, I know there's a lot of emotions running, and you guys fought one hell of a fight. It came down to a draw. This entire season, this was the first time we even had a draw. What did you, I know that you're really upset, and talk about your feelings right now. What's going through your mind?
Well, first of all, there's no consolation prize in coming second. This is the world we live in. You're either a fucking winner or you're a fucking loser. And tonight we just lost. I'm extremely upset. A lot of people didn't come through tonight. James Earl, pissed off at you for not making weight. I had to put a replacement in the fight for you. That ended up being a detriment to us, but we had the lead going in at the end. We're supposed to be the Las Vegas Hustle. We're supposed to close the show. We didn't. It was obviously because of Atlanta. Big shots and big respects to them. You know, this is going to hurt because I'm stepping down as the coach after this season, so this is going to hurt for a long time. But this is what the Team Combat League is all about. Excitement personified, energy, adrenaline, electricity, and excitement. And you guys got all that tonight. I'm bitter as hell, but congratulations to Atlanta.
You said it. You guys came in. You didn't even know you were going to be making it into the semifinals, and it was the #1 seed, and you guys were the #4. You guys fought it off. I just want to ask real fast. We had the 2 rounds after. How did you guys get to choosing those 2 weight classes and those fighters?
And you know what? I'm really mad at myself. I got to take some accountability. This is the first overtime. This is the first time we had this problem. When they originally asked me, I said flow. I want my girl to go. I knew the woman fighter on my team is the best in the league. I knew she would come through. But then I looked at Michael Hunter, and he said he was going to knock his block off, and I got too emotionally invested in the moment, and I changed my pick from Flo to Michael Hunter, and that cost us losing too. So I got to take accountability for that. I should have had Flo go like my first mind said. I didn't, and that's why we lost. So I'm a big part of that too. I'm upset. It happens. This is life. Everybody out there, if you don't do your best, if you don't do your absolute best, these things happen. So we all have to be accountable and be better next time.
Heads up, Dewey. Heads up, Las Vegas Hustle. You guys did an amazing job. Thank you, Dewey, and I do hope to see you next season. Don't quit on us. All right? All right, back to you, Miguel.
Thank you so much, Cynthia. And what a first-round matchup, the semifinals between the Las Vegas Hustle and the Atlanta Attack. And, guys, we heard Coach Dewey say it, and AC, you called it. You said, if it's my choice, I'm going with Florencia Brito. She has dominated both rounds. But as Dewey Cooper, he went with the emotion and the heart over the right, smart, and head call, and that ended up costing him.
I just want to say, wow, that was such an amazing turnout. Listen, no one is more used to dealing and making hard decisions than Coach Dewey Cooper. And so I think anybody would have made that decision. When you have a Michael Hunter with his record, they would have did it. So I'm sitting in the back just making calls. But, you know, wow, that was amazing. That was amazing.
And Austin, Michael Hunter was coming into the semifinals, have not lost a round in Team Combat League, undefeated, arguably the most valuable fighter in the entire Team Combat League. And he ended up dropping not 1, but 2 rounds, 2 crucial rounds that ended up really determining the winner of this fight. And props to Devin Young of Atlanta. He was the underdog coming into this one, and he came out with victories in both rounds that ended up determining the winner going on to the championship.
Well, not just that. I feel like Young's performance hyped up the rest of the team.
Yep.
And they fed off of his momentum, and that's what really turned it around because, in my opinion, Vegas was winning. It was close, but I thought Vegas was winning. And then Young came and had that great performance and really shifted momentum. And I think everybody felt that because they all came out in that last half just on fire.
Absolutely, and we'll take a look at some of the highlights from our first semifinal matchup between the Atlanta Attack and the Las Vegas Hustle. Vlad, what did you take away? Obviously, Atlanta Attack, the #1 seed, moving on. What did you take away from the matchup between the Las Vegas Hustle and Atlanta Attack?
I think that in fights, momentum is very important, and the momentum that the Atlanta Attack was able to get later in the money rounds, that carried over into the overtime rounds, and I think just they were able to feed off of the energy of their whole team, and that's what secured them the win.
Yeah, absolutely did. And as we continue looking at the highlights, Coach AC Bryant.
Yeah.
I mean, Vegas had the driver's seat for a majority of this fight, and it ended up the money rounds proved to be a difference, and a lot of guys stepped up for Atlanta in those closing rounds. They very easily could have wilted down 2-3 rounds and pretty much folded under the pressure that Las Vegas Hustle was bringing, and they didn't. They were able to answer the bell.
I think that one thing that we're not attributing is confidence. Confidence is a super performance enhancement, and they ended on confidence, and they went into the rounds with super confidence. And man, I think that was just an amazing performance from all the fighters.
And Austin, there was a couple of fighters, as you mentioned, with the adversity. There was a couple of fighters that lost their first round for Atlanta and were able to bounce back and to get that round back, and that was a crucial part. And as you mentioned, you talked about momentum. That was the momentum Atlanta had.
Absolutely. And again, I'm going to give that credit to Young. I think Young started that. He came and he beat the #1 heavyweight in the whole league. And he did it, you know, in good fashion. And you just saw in the next rounds when the next fighters came out, they just came with a fire in them. Again, shout out to Young. Shout out to everybody that just fought. It was a great night of boxing.
Team Combat League.
And we got another one. So I mean, I'm tired, but.
We absolutely got another one. We have the DC Destroyers and the New York City Attitude on deck. They're getting ready and they're getting prepared backstage, getting set to go to determine who's going to be taking on the Atlanta Attack in the Team Combat League Mega Brawl Final. And Coach AC, I mean, as we continue to talk and recap, this is the first time ever Team Combat League throughout the entire first season has seen an overtime round.
Wow.
I mean, and you saw the first mistake made by Coach Dewey Cooper. He admitted it, and just being able to work under that pressure. Each coach got to pick their matchup.
Yep.
You know, how do you control your emotions when a fighter like Michael Hunter, who is your best fighter, is telling you, no, I got to get that round back. You got to give it to me. How do you say no?
You know, it's easy to second guess during hindsight, but you know, if I was under the same pressure as Coach Dewey with a Michael Hunter and my team, I mean, who do you not be like, yeah, go for it? You know, it's just you made the right call based on everything, and you know, it's just a lot of adrenaline, a lot of energy. You know, he didn't make the wrong call. It just turned out, you know, I think everybody would have probably made that call.
Now, Vlad, you are the only fighter on this panel that have fought in Team Combat League. You know what it's like. You know how important just the 1 round 3 minutes is. You possibly get 2 chances in a fight. How would you have handled, especially if you're one of those fighters chosen for the overtime where, you know, it's coming down to 2 rounds, the final 2 rounds, and it's on me to help my team advance to the final. What would be your mindset going into something like that?
I mean, as a competitor, those are the moments that you thrive for and, you know, yearn for. And, you know, I like when the pressure's on me. I'm sure a lot of these guys do too. And, you know, you want to be able to help your team to win and put them in a position where your contribution actually can secure a victory. So, and like you were saying, one guy could drop the first round and then come back with a different mentality and win the second round. So, you know, you got to take advantage of every opportunity.
You certainly do. And Austin, if you're in that locker room with the Las Vegas Hustle, you know, what if you're Coach Dewey Cooper, what are you telling those guys that left it all in the ring? They were the underdogs. What's the final words?
You know, of course, you got to give them the whole heads up. You guys fought your best. There's nothing that I could tell y'all to do more. Give them the whole motivational speech. But at the end of the day, you got to tell them, like, we weren't even supposed to be here. And we weren't supposed to win that fight that we almost won. So, you know, let them know that they've done things that they weren't supposed to do. And, you know, they were 1 point away from being in the championship. And nothing to hold your head down about.
Well, congratulations to the Atlanta Attack. They move on to our Team Combat League Mega Brawl Championship Final this Sunday, August 20th. Don't miss it. Now, it is time to find out who they will be facing. Will it be the New York City Attitude or will it be the DC Destroyers? Let's meet our semifinal matchup. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome to Infinite Reality Studios in Long Beach, California. We are set for our second semifinal matchup. The New York City Attitude versus the DC Destroyers. Now, let's meet our first team. Led by coaches Ryan O'Leary and Benny Roman, the 5-2 New York City Attitude. Introducing first, here is Nicole Ocasio. Following, Sherbek Ragmat Bartolomeu. And now, here is Ryan Pino. Following, Peter Dobson. And now introducing Ralph Clemente. And now here is heavyweight, Kanja Nathan. That is the New York City Attitude. Now, let's meet the DC Destroyers led by Coach Barry Hunter. Introducing first, Liseth Lopez. Here is Cobia Breedy. Followed by David Grayton. Now, here is Casey Dixon. Followed by Alantes Fox. And rounding it out, the heavyweight, Hasim Rakwan. That is the DC Destroyers.
DC Destroyers led by Barry Hunter. The winner of DC and New York advances to the Mega Brawl on Sunday against Atlanta, who defeated Las Vegas. The semifinal here again. Bethel Duran, along with Bubba Jenkins, and now joined by Cynthia Conte. Oh, Conte put on the glasses.
I had to.
Oh.
I had to put the glasses on.
All right, the glasses weren't on when she was doing interviews, but now she's sitting ringside, so the glasses are ready to go, Conte.
I have to. I got to make sure I see everything, even with the TVs in front of me. I got to do it.
All right, Bubba, for this one, what do you expect?
Man, I expected it to be another awesome night. I expected it to be another awesome night, fast, action-packed, and the women to get after it just like the men. Oh, it's going to be top to bottom, nonstop.
All right, so the launch rounds are going to get going with the women. That's Nicole Ocasio. She'll be taking on Liseth Lopez. Ray Corona, the third person in the ring. Are we underway? The women, 2-minute rounds. Ocasio, the southpaw, representing the New York Attitude.
And the women seem to always be fast and aggressive, man. The moment they come out, it just seems like they're on another playing field than the men. I mean, obviously their time is shorter, but it just seems like their mentality is to get after it immediately.
They have no choice. They have 2 minutes, so they have to execute and do everything that they can in those 2 minutes to win the round.
Yeah, the 2-minute rounds, you got to get going. Liseth Lopez in the white for the Destroyers, coming out really aggressive.
Yeah, absolutely. Trying to start that show and get it, kept it in their favor.
We will see the heavyweight, Hasim Rahman against Kanja Nathan. Oh, a good right from Liseth Lopez.
You see how often they're throwing right now. Some of the men in the earlier fight, they're sitting there and trying to set up punches. These girls just brawl.
Yeah.
They have no time. Yes, it's all volume punching and very effective punching.
Yeah, absolutely. Good strategy by the Destroyers here. New York seems to be pumping the jab, but the Destroyer seems to just be pushing her back. Lopez
very aggressive. Oh, she's coming out strong.
Nice right hand by Liseth.
And slipping punches too as Lopez as Ocasio trying to counter.
Yeah, they just seem to be slipping and ripping and not actually even being affected by the other person's offense, right? They're just both throwing offense.
Their only time they're going to fight tonight. 1 round for these ladies. Oh, Lopez, another right.
Yeah, no defense being displayed here.
Liseth Lopez giving the Destroyers a strong start here in the semifinal. Mega Brawl on Sunday. Destroyers trying to get there. Liseth Lopez trying to take her squad to Sunday.
Big fights on the line here. They're trying to make it to the Mega Brawl, so they're giving everything they got.
What a beautiful way to start off the second half of the semifinals. like you said, they don't do defense. With 2 minutes, these women are all offense. Brawl, brawl, brawl.
Yeah, all action, no breaks, just forward, left hooks, right hands, right jabs. Beautiful job of just getting after it all together.
All right, now that is Kobia Breedy, weighed 138 pounds, against Sherbek Rakhmatuliev. Ray Corona waiting for the instructions. Our second bout. 18 rounds they go. The first semifinal went extra. They went 20 rounds as Atlanta defeated Las Vegas.
You gotta love when you see a southpaw on the orthodox fighter. A lot of strategy being involved, a lot of foot placement and jabs and inside punching. So a lot of things going on there to be watching.
Beto Duran, that's Cynthia Conte and Bubba Jenkins.
We've seen Rakhmatuliev in the season, and he's usually a power puncher, but I think he realized when he was losing some of the fights, he can't take his time. There's no time for setting up the jab. You just got to push your punch out.
Absolutely. A lot of power being thrown by both of these guys. Beatty is an all-powerful guy, just all-power punches when he throws. So it's going to be a war here, and they're just getting it in inside this phone booth.
Yes. They're both landing very effectively. Lots of hooks, lots of uppercuts, lots of body punches.
It's a tiny ring, and these two will meet up later on in the money rounds.
Good dirty boxing by Breedy. He's always on the inside. He's like that Sean Porter, headbutt kind of guy, kind of mentality. It's just all brute and just all effort.
It's rugged. Ray Corona, the referee, letting him work out, finally jumps in and spreads. And it's official, DC did win the first round 10-9.
A lot of clinching, a lot of hugging in this. But they are fighting within.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough round to score.
He's not stronger than you.
Oh, there you hear the Destroyers coach right next to us saying he's not strong as you to Breedy.
Good punching right there. Nice rip and slipping out of there.
Beautiful combinations by Rakhmatuliev. Oh, nice hook right by Breedy.
Doing a good job of just being on the offense, but Beatty does not care. Beatty doesn't care if he's doing great work or bad work. Breedy is just going
working.
forward.
He's just working.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's that pit bull attitude. Does their coach have a microphone? He's just that loud.
He is that loud. Barry Hunter is that loud.
Yeah, his voice just carries. And sometimes you just have that. You need that in there to get into your opponent's psyche when he's out there, just throwing caution to the wind. You need that voice that, shocks him back into his understanding of strategy.
He's looking for the left hand.
Team Combat League in Long Beach, California for the semis.
Work now. Let's go. Lock your hands in and work with him.
Coaches from the Destroyers looking for him to have better defense. And he looked to be clipped on his way in on that. He's got to have a little bit more sound understanding of defense as he gets his head burrowed down in there and looks for offense.
Interesting to see how the judges score this tough round between Sherbek and Kobia. Oh. That'll do it.
Yeah, I think you can give that to Rakhmatuliev.
Yeah. They both worked, but Rakhmatuliev landed cleanly.
So we're in the launch rounds. We'll see these two gentlemen again in the money rounds later on.
It was good going back and forth. It seems like Breedy was just trying to get him to get tired for the next round. It's like almost like Breedy's waiting on the next round to be the most important round. So, just making him tired, giving him that aggression and going forward.
This is going to be a fun round to see in the money rounds because when it gets down to it, when those points matter, these two are going to slug it out.
All right, so now our third round, Ryan Beanel for the New York Attitude. David Grayton for the DC Destroyers. Referee Ray Corona will do the first 6, and we'll have another referee for the middle rounds, and then another referee for the money round.
Yeah, they talking a little bit of trash to each other. I never understood the point of talking trash when you're about to get the hands conversating, but, to each your own.
Yep, they weigh 150 pounds, our third one.
I like that when they talk smack. Put your money where your mouth is.
DC wins round number 2. Kobia Breedy getting the decision, so it's 20-18 DC.
I don't mind it when they talk a little trash, But right before, like 10 seconds before we're about to punch each other in the face, I just think it's over talk at that point, right?
Right.
We are literally about to punch each other.
Well, that's when you say you're going to shut him up.
Yep, 100%.
Literally.
Pino just trying to slip the punches here early.
Yeah, he seems to be a good hit and stick and move guy. And that's exactly why Grayton started putting his hands on him.
Grayton launching.
Work with him, Dave. Short shot.
Pino, the taller fighter, he's winging his punches, and Grayton's floating up.
Pino's stance is very off to me. It feels very upright.
Yes.
That's why he's not able to get power from his legs. Because
Not only that, even Grayton's stance seems to be a little bit stiff.
a little awkward.
Yeah, a little bit stiff. They both have some awkward stances, and that's what makes for the beautiful sport of boxing. Seeing whose craft can be better at the between the lines.
Yeah. I can tell that Grayton's much more lighter on his feet. Pino is heavier, as you can see. So he's
Pino
not-
was complaining to referee Rick Corona that Grayton bit him when they were clenched up. That's what, remember, he was pointing at his glove and his wrist.
Okay, guys, Vander Holyfield's here. Come on, we don't want to compete who had the better bite of something.
We're going to leave the bites out of this
Yeah,
one.
it's not a bite fight.
We don't know if he did, but that's what he was complaining of.
Both of them swinging wildly and missing each other. More pushing each other towards that corner of the ring than anything.
Yeah, Pino trying to have that shoulder roll set up.
They're not giving each other enough space. They're
Yeah.
crowding the punches. Neither punch is landing. It's not good boxing and it's not good optically.
And there's no power behind
good
the
right
punch.
hook.
Right hand for Pino, slips
Oh,
the
that was
punches.
a nice turnaround with the footwork.
Yes.
As you can hear Barry Hunter say, go to the bottom. Okay, now he's
Oh,
showing. Oh,
he
it
actually
landed!
landed.
Bolo
It
punch.
landed!
All right.
He's feeling himself a little
Okay,
good.
now stop showboating. Just continue the fight before you get knocked out.
Well, it seems to have the momentum, and
really
he's
does.
overwhelming him. So it seems that guy may be hurt or can't stop what he's got going on. But right now, New York is in driver's seat.
Pino with his head down as Grayton back against the ropes, gets off of the ropes.
Digging some body.
More
uppercuts to
body
the
work from
body,
Pino,
yeah.
who's closing the round strong.
He really is.
And another good shot from Pino. And they're just letting their hands go at the end of the round. Pino, is it enough from Pino at the end? The activity, is he going to get rewarded with that? As we're done with three.
Absolutely.
I think he's going to win
He's
that
going to
round.
get that round.
And Pino's dancing. He's feeling himself.
Does he fight in the later rounds?
No, he's not. That's it for
then,
Pino.
You know what? There you go. There's your stage. You did well.
The bolo lands, Cynthia Conte.
I know. Look at him.
Well,
Feeling
he is on the
himself, right?
attitude, right? He has attitude.
He has to have the attitude.
You got to have a little attitude, mix it with a little confidence, and you might have yourself a little championship there.
Coming up next is going to be Peter Dobson and Casey Dixon. There you see Pino complaining. That's Peter Dobson with the blonde streak. Casey Dixon, they weigh 161 pounds. And Pino gets the round for the attitude. So it's now 29-28. DC Destroyers, Destroyers with the white trunks.
Good job over there by Dixon. It seems to be Dobson seems to be a little bit hesitant. You know, he hasn't really thrown anything. He just looks to be hesitant and
It's because he's going to walk into one of those punches.
keeps his hands so tight.
These two will come back in the middle rounds. In round number 30 tonight is the Combat League semifinals. The winner of the championship on Sunday, the Mega Brawl. Dixon up. Overhand right. It's tagged with the left boot and a 1-2.
Yeah, these guys are looking up for that one knockout blow right here. Not too much of strategy about other things. They just want to knock each other's head off each other's shoulders.
I mean, that's probably the first time I've seen some jabs from either fighter.
Right.
Because just like you said, they're looking for that knockout. But set it up with the jab.
There's a little strategy there.
See? Barry Hunter heard me.
Barry heard. Beto Duran, Bubba Jenkins, Cindy Conte, and Barry Hunter on the broadcast tonight. We're right next to the Team Destroyer corner. And Barry's letting them know.
See, that's a perfect time jab.
There it is,
Feint.
Conte.
They're not. They haven't
It's
even
good
thrown
feints
feint.
by Dixon, but they just need more volume.
Nice hook to the head.
They're standing and flinching at each other. They just need to get more done.
At least paw.
Yeah. Do something.
But it's different, Bubba, when you know you're going to see him later, right?
Right. There is some kind of difference to it. You're setting yourself up, maybe a little reserved, but too much reserve by both guys. Not enough to see what we can do better in the next round. I know if I was, New York Attitudes coach, I would want my guy to just show me something.
There's no sense of urgency with these two. They have to remember, they saw the last two fights. It went in overtime.
Yes.
They need all the points that they can rack up now.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a great point, Cynthia Conte. A leaping punch from Dobson.
Yeah, it seems like Dixon wants to set something up, but he's unable to. A good punch there by Dobson. Few and far between, and I'm not sure if it's enough to get the job done from,
For either fighter, really.
Really, yeah, but I think Dixon had more aggression, more center of the boxing ring.
We'll see what the judges score. Our fourth round and our semifinal is done. Coming up, Ralph Clemente and Atlantis Fox. The light heavyweights will be into the mix. And look at highlights from our fourth bout.
Yeah, he's just spinning them in circles. There's a lot of, pawing and looking and staring and, a lot of posing going on. Some missing there, some wrestling, and a little bit of nothing. A whole lot of nothing.
Ralph Clemente's in the ring. He's scored some big knockouts in the season. He's going to show up. Well, I'm not going to say that because he might not show up tonight. We'll see.
That's Fox right there, Atlantis Fox. As the referee is Ray Corona. They're getting the judges' scorecard from the previous round. Now make sure you got them all up right. It's Rudy Barragan, Lou Moret, and Zachary Young judging the launch rounds. So the way it's set up here in California, the first 6 fights in the launch round are the same referee and the same judges. And then the middle round, they switch it up, referee and judges. And then in the money rounds, again, the new set of referees and judges. And that's Ralph Clemente. And our 5th round here in the semifinals.
New York Attitude guy just looks like a New Yorker, doesn't
Yeah.
he? He just got that New York, where you going?
Yeah.
Get out, I'm walking here, look to him,
Yep.
Sometimes they embody where they're from a lot of times.
DC takes the round between Casey Dixon and Peter Dobson. They're up 39-37.
You can hear Destroyer screaming for the jab. That's something he had.
Clemente.
Do you see how rugged Clemente is?
Yep.
He'll make it nasty and dirty and ugly, but it works for him.
And he gets thrown down. He gets thrown down.
From his own dirty, ugly fight.
Yeah. Oh, he got clipped right there.
Nice.
He got clipped right there.
Fox with the big shot.
His footwork.
Oh, Clemente with the leaping left hook.
Yeah, but his hands are so wide when he's punching that he's leaving himself very vulnerably open.
Trying to shoe shine a bit.
Yeah.
But Fox is staying strong.
Don't let him out of there. Don't let him out of there. Hey, hold the phone. Where my job at?
Oh, nice left hook to the body. Again, those are his money shots.
That
The
hook from
hooks.
Clemente?
Yeah.
You can tell he's got that powerful back, right? He's got those powerful hooks. He looks like he's chopping down a tree when he throws. It's good rotation that he's getting there.
Light heavyweights. Actually, they were 177, so.
DC Destroyer's coach is asking for him to throw his jab.
Well, yeah, but Clemente is not letting him set up
Not
for
at
his
all.
jab because to use that length. Oh, there you go. He's getting in some of those hooks to the body. Nice uppercut by Fox. In a clinch like that, that's when I always say, you throw those uppercuts, you are in that phone booth.
Fox in the white trunks is just not giving Clemente any opportunity to get his hands loose.
And this is what we've been seeing all night, it seems. I don't know if it's because of the smaller ring that we're in, but we're seeing a lot of the gritty, dirty, grind it out, playoff style of boxing from Team Combat League.
Box lands a shot upstairs.
Yeah. This is playoff boxing. Not everyone knows what playoff boxing looks
We're
like.
finding out tonight.
Team Combat League knows what playoff boxing looks like. That's a playoff jab.
See, with the leaping left hook, look, Clemente is just doing it. He cannot get, Fox is not able to get his jab off as fast.
And we will see Clemente again in the last round, in the money round.
Oh, nice body shots by both
Heavy
Clemente,
weather.
yeah.
Heavy leather here. He's hurt.
He's hurt.
Hold on. 10 seconds to go in the round for Atlantis Fox and Ralph Clemente. Clemente winging punches.
He meant that one. You can hear him wincing after it. You know? That was really good effort by both of these guys.
Fox coming back a little wobbly, huh?
Yeah, no, he was hurting that last couple seconds there. I don't think he really regained himself even when they separated.
Look at the highlights from that round between Clemente and Fox.
Boxing here, a little shoe shining, going up and over, and referees allowing them to box, allowing them to get it after it.
Ray Corona is known for that. He lets you fight it out on the inside.
And we got the heavyweights coming up. Kanja Nathan and Hasim Rahman Jr. We'll see what the judges had to score for Clemente and Fox. Now that's Kanja. Well, actually, Hasim Rahman. There's Kanja with it. I want to see that tattoo.
This
Good
is-
job of the
yeah.
camera group getting that tattoo shown for us.
This is a tough matchup. He is very aggressive. He's going to impose all his will on Hasim. I want to see how he's going to be able to take his power.
And New York Attitude takes the lead. Ralph Clemente.
Close fight.
With a 48-47.
Oh, he got caught. Hasim got knocked back. The ropes saved him. He's hurt.
Power.
I told you.
So much power.
I
mean, you can
Hasim
just...
wanted this fight, actually. He called him out. So I'm very surprised. Look at the heavy shots that Nathan is throwing.
Especially
there you go.
Hasim's in trouble. He might get knocked out devastatingly.
And Nathan saw his teammate Ralph Clemente get him back into the mix as the New York Attitude down by 1, 48-47. Kanja weight 268, Rahman 224.
Wow, that's a big difference.
Yeah.
That's like ultra heavyweight.
Yeah, and he's strong. He's not a small-footed, heavyweight.
Kanja's in there super cocky too, huh?
He's all heavy. Big punches.
You can hear the thud from it.
Rahman's eyes are really big, Cynthia.
Yes, they are. He's getting clipped to the face hard. Yes, he is.
Look, Kanja's saying, come on.
He should try to knock him out to get his team that point that they're looking for. To talk about the antics and do all that is not exactly what New York is looking for. They're looking for the points. They don't want the antics. And if I was his coach, I'd be wanting to get him out of there.
Look at that.
This is a 10-8 round.
I mean, if I were, you got to fight, but I would start clinching at this point because if you're very hurt, Hasim has got to do something. Because look at, Kanja is just very, he's just shaking his head.
Man.
You got nothing. Your punches got nothing.
With a minute left, man, he should really push on the gas because if they lose, if they're within 1 or 2 points, he's going to need those.
Kanja's laying on some heavy leather on him. Some big body shots. Uppercut right there. Another uppercut.
Big uppercut there.
They're scheduled again in the money rounds, and Kanja Nathan is doing whatever he wants to Hasim Rahman Jr. And they're just yelling to Rahman to tie him up, and he's eating leather.
Oh!
And Ray Corona has jumped in and stopped it. Oh, that is huge for the Attitude as Kanja Nathan knocks out Hasim Rahman. Who is, he gets back up, but he is wobbling. He's pleading his case with Ray Corona. No, there's no need to plead a case there.
No, he was out.
Oh my God,
out
oh my
on
God,
his
he
feet.
is,
He was out on the ground. He was out now. He's out on the seat. He was out.
That was the final matchup in the launch round. Kanja Nathan helping out his Attitude teammates with a big one, 231 of the 6.
Oh, I hope Hasim is all right. I mean, we saw him take a beating. Several punches, very heavy punches to the face.
And they're scheduled for later in the minor round.
Yeah, that's not happening.
He's done.
Okay, keyword, scheduled.
Well, I think that it would be Kanja, and I'm not sure who the next person in line for the heavyweights, but like I said, interesting enough, Hasim wanted him. Oh, at least good. He's able to walk out of the ring. What's heartbreaking, this is his son right there, his new son.
Yeah.
And just, I remember seeing him, he looked over at his son and was like stomping his foot. So it was really, really sweet.
Yeah, so Kanja Nathan gets the stoppage. Miguel Flores and the squad at the table. Take it away, guys.
What an exclamation point in that final round as Kanja Nathan just put an exclamation point on those launch rounds over Hasim Rahman. Guys, I mean, New York going into that final round was down a round. Now, because of that, it was a 10-7 round scored in favor of New York City. And now they see themselves up to 2 rounds.
Yep.
Incredible.
Team Combat League.
What a finish from Kanja Nathan. And it looked, as soon as Hasim Rahman got hit with one punch, Austin, I mean, his knee buckled, and it was only a matter of time.
I mean, after that first clean shot, his legs never really recovered. And in a fight where you have a couple rounds where you're able to maybe hold and run and then come back, he tried to do what he could do, but Kanja was just too strong and too accurate for him.
And that shows how important finishes are. It gives your team such a huge advantage. And if you're DC, Coach AC Bryant, you got to feel dejected after that, because it seemed like you were pretty much controlling the majority of those launch rounds. And then you have that happen, and now you're looking down, you're looking up at New York City Attitude.
Hey, so anything can happen. This is the fight game, and in a Team Combat League, you could be winning, a certain section of rounds, and end up losing towards the end. As we just saw that. So we'll see who's going to make the proper adjustments. If DC is going to make the proper adjustments, or is New York going to keep this momentum going? This is amazing. I really like this. This is very entertaining.
What a bounce back for Kanja Nathan as well, because in his last fight, he was knocked out. As we take a look, and Vlad, I don't know if you remember this fight, but Kanja Nathan, as you saw, just got leveled. But as a fighter in Team Combat League, you get a chance to redeem yourself, and that's what Kanja Nathan did.
And that's the beauty of this league, is that, you could have a bad week one week and then come back the next week and dominate. And, he had some time to make some adjustments and sharpen up, and he came back on fire.
He was ready.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, let's send it over now to Amir Tyson standing by.
I'm with Ryan Pino. What happened? He looked like he bit you like Maidana bit Floyd back in his rematch. What happened?
Man, so the first minute, he was eating all my punches, and apparently he wanted to get a bite out of my arm, too. So I caught him look right there.
Why do you think he bit you?
I think he was like agitated. He couldn't hit me, and the first 2 punches that I hit would land solid and cleanly. But I wanted to run the round clearly. I was talking to him. I was looking at my teammates and punching him. So I don't blame him to be frustrated like that,
Right. Do you have any resentment towards him at this moment because of it?
I wish I'd have hit him a little bit more harder, or at least give me another round more.
Right. What are you going to do to him? What's going to be different in this round because he bit you?
It's not going to last 3 minutes.
Okay. All right, Jordan, back to you.
With trainer Barry Hunter, those first 6 rounds were very aggressive, and your guy got stopped in that 6th round. What are you telling your team going into these middle rounds to keep them motivated and focused?
Main thing is to, be cerebral in there. We want to be aggressive, but we want controlled aggression. That was unfortunate with just having the Hasim Rahman Jr., but nevertheless, we still got rounds to go, so it's no big deal to us. We've been here before.
And for the people that may not know, what do you mean by controlled aggression?
That means still be aggressive, but not out of place, not out of order, not leaving yourself open, falling into punches. Controlled aggression, smart boxing.
Smart boxing, I know about that just a little bit. But is there any fight matchup of your guys that you're looking forward to as we go into these next rounds?
Well, we still got hitters left. You know, you got Dirk Davis Jr., you have Quincy Williams, which is been doing very, very well in the tournament. Patrick Harris, Nasheed Smith. So we still got some hitters left. Say the best for last.
All right, well, we'll be looking forward to it. We're going to send it back over to Megal. Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you, Jordan. As you saw, both teams now getting set to move on to the middle rounds. DC still not out of it yet. As we take a look at some of the highlights from those launch rounds, guys. Austin, I'll start with you. What stood out to you outside of the knockout?
Oh, well, I mean, from start to finish, it was some good close rounds. They opened up with the females that were just trading leather all night. These two guys are really going at it. I believe New York took that round, but it was a very close, highly contested round. And then, you know, my man Pino, he was really showing us the swag in this round. And you know, Day Juvie, he's a good fighter, but he could not get that step. And my buddy Fox, he really sealed the deal on this round. And even though that wasn't called a knockdown, he outfought that guy on the inside. And then here's the last round that we just saw where Rothman Jr. got stopped by Nathan. And as you see right there, he never recovered from that shot. His legs stayed wobbly for the rest of the round. And then there's the nail in the coffin.
There you saw Condra Smith putting a statement, but as we saw earlier in our first semifinal matchup, just because you're up doesn't mean you're cruising to a victory. There's still plenty of rounds left. Let's send it now to our ringside team with Beto Duran.
As always, a squad doing a good job at the desk. Beto Duran, Bubba Jenkins, Cynthia Conte. All right, the launch rounds are done, right? Now the middle rounds, and we're going to get going with the women. Pavlis Douglas, 2-minute rounds, and it was all Kanja. There you see that score, 57-55. Kanja Nathan, the knockout of Hasim Rahman, has the attitude up. Can Pavlis in the green extend that, Cynthia?
Yes, she can, but you know, she's also fighting Tyreshla Douglas, so she's game. Look at her right now in the clinch, going to the body. She is the smaller fighter, but she knows how to close the distance. And she knows she needs to make up the rounds after what just happened. She needs these points.
Yeah. And like the coach is screaming for destroyers, he's saying make sure you can counter that and then get ready to go. So, you know, you want to see her get her offense off after, you know, she puts the defense together.
Tom Taylor is our referee for the middle rounds. David Sullivan, Lou Moret, and Glenn Feldman are our judges.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Douglas seems to be on the offense. She looks to be very, very defensive and hesitant. No initial action from her. It's all response.
And you hear Barry again, jab, jab, jab.
And nothing coming from her.
Nothing.
Oh,
she landed.
Douglas.
There you go, left. Oh, nice uppercut.
Okay.
Good trading back and forth by
Oh,
both ladies.
beautiful combination by her.
So just as we said, she was defensive. Look at her now, Douglas and White.
She heard you. She heard you. She's like,
Absolutely.
Oh, beautiful body shots by both.
And she does better when she throws combinations. You know, she's doing good at placing her spot shots, but when she does combinations, she seems to be tearing her
Nice
up.
combination.
Beautiful
Left hand over the top.
It's that third punch that seems to be getting in.
Yelling for her to work as the final seconds of the round approach. 10 to go to be exact. Douglas, Pavlis.
Jab right there. You should jab. There. Oh, another inside. Another shot to the head. Oh,
That'll
there
do
we
it.
go.
Good scrap between the ladies.
Hand.
They will do it again in the money rounds. They'll do it again in the second to last round of the card tonight. This is Team Combat League semifinals. DC and New York, and the ladies went after it, Bubba.
Yeah, absolutely, and they show what Team Combat shows every time, that it is a fast-paced league, one right after the other. At the end, you hear Barry Hunter saying, run it, run it, run it. He's trying to get that last little bit of momentum going into the next round.
Yeah, and the ladies put it on really nicely. It's there.
Don't they always for Team Combat League?
Yes, they do. Team Combat League, in one more fight. It's Jonovic Komtavov against Derek Davis. That's Jonovic right there, 138 pounders. And one thing about this, though, now that we're in the middle rounds, you got to make sure you stay close, right, Bubba?
Absolutely.
If you lose a round, lose it 10-9.
Yeah, you don't want to give up the big points. You don't want to give up the big momentum. There's a lot of things that can happen, as we saw for Atlanta and Vegas. They were going in, winning, and then they end up losing the round.
Right? I mean, this is DC. They were, throughout the season, they were losing, and they came back. And for them to be in the semifinals, even Barry knew this was going to happen, but they had to go through hell to get here.
Davis in the white trunks.
Davis has been one of my favorite fighters of this Team Combat League season. He seems to be very fast, real powerful. Hunter was telling him to be locked in and focused, and it seems as though they're going to want a big performance by him.
66-65, New York Attitude with a 1-point lead. Tyreshla Douglas does the job for the Destroyers, cutting into that lead.
Davis has a very quick jab. Piston jab, strong. He's leading the fight right now. He's walking back, but I feel like Janibek is just waiting to throw a big right hand.
And if he times it right, he might actually be good at it, but it just seems that Davis is just way too fast.
And Davis picks him up,
showing his strength.
Top Taylor's going to let him know, don't do that.
Showing him how strong he is, how much more physical than he is.
Davis is so quick.
Oh, good trade.
But there's the hook that you're talking about, Cynthia, from Janibek.
He's waiting. Oh, and he's complaining his back is ahead. Oh.
And also for Combat League fighters, this is the first time they've seen these referees.
Yeah, and they do not play.
Semifinals, the winner, Mega Brawl on Sunday.
Oh, nice body
Body
shot
work
by
from
Davis.
Yeah, good work by Davis. You can see him trying to set it up. He's getting a little bit frustrated, but with the work that Janibek is doing, and you can see him getting frustrated, but he's definitely a fighter that can pick his shots and get something good going.
A hand from Davis. Corner's telling him to walk him down. He's not doing that.
Good jab right there.
Now he's doing it. He's putting Janibek into the ropes.
He's doing a good job of throwing that one, then that overhand, that left hand, then that right overhand. And if he comes back with the left hook, he can really do some damage with it. You just got to tighten up that technique. That overhand right that he's throwing is really good effect. He's just missing it. There's an overhand right.
There it is. That's a manhandling right now.
Yeah. Are the judges going to reward that, though?
And I think that's good for Davis to think about as well. As you know, we got more rounds. There's more fights to be had. So I'm letting him know that I'm going to be here physically all fight.
Not many big shots landed. Interesting to see how the judges score this one, what they favor.
Oh, he got Janibek got that left hook inside.
Yes, he did. That's the overhand left hook I was calling for. Maybe the wrong guy heard it.
Yeah. So they were doing. That's the only round that those two are going to fight. It's 66-65. Attitude with the lead. Now it's Charles Gardner and Michael Fox.
Oh, Professor Mike. It's good to see him in the ring. We saw him, I think it was a PBC fight where he should have won, and he didn't.
And you see the replays from that earlier fight.
Trade. Good overhand right there that they trade. Davis wanted to rip to the body. They had a little bravado going after the fight ended, man. This is a Team Combat League Championship. They're trying to get to that playoffs, and everybody wants to have that performance.
That's Professor Michael Fox representing the DC Destroyers, the Southpaw. That's Charles Gardner with at 150. Tom Taylor's ready to go. We're in the middle rounds, and now it is tied up 75-75.
Good feints by Garner, immediately coming out, throwing feints, and then really trying to put his punches behind those.
He's being, Michael Fox is being very, very composed, trying not to rush into anything. He used his reach, but he just got caught.
So Derek Davis wins the round for the DC Destroyers to tie it up at 75. As DC has won the first 2 rounds of the middle round.
Wow. Very big low blow there. The low blow so big I saw it from this side. Saw it from the other side. They gotta get separated so they can get their punches off. They seem to both be clashing into each other and meeting in the middle.
Oh, there you go. Fox is landing some nice jabs.
He's so long and rangy.
He's very long. But Garner is not making it easy because he's a much shorter fighter and he's trying to stay on the inside and make it very nasty.
Absolutely, and he's doing a good job at that. His technique and his strategy to implementing his game plan, it seems to be working.
Nice right hands by Fox. Nice body work by him.
Fox was a good prospect coming up, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. It was unfortunate that one fight on PBC. It was everyone knew he won, and then the wrong name was announced. He even petitioned it. I think it was for the WBA interim. I'm not sure, but.
Run me something off, Mike. That's it.
Fox is getting through Garner's guard right now, landing some hooks.
The shot lands by Garner, a right hand, moves back the head of Fox.
It is, and this is a really good and hard round to try to judge. You know, it's a good round to watch, a hard round to judge, because they both seem to both have their moments.
Less than a minute to go into the round. Garner representing the New York Attitude. Fox, the DC Destroyers. The winning team advances to take on Atlanta in the Mega Brawl on Sunday, a championship for the Combat League here in Southern California.
I know this is Fox's first time fighting for Team Combat League, so I know you don't have another round. So he knows he's got to just get going.
Yeah, that's the adjustment too when you come in, having not been through a regular league.
Look at the body work, Garner. Another uppercut lands on Fox. All that inside work.
Yeah, and that's a good idea because of the length and the height of Michael Fox. Every time he ties up, he leaves that torso open, so it's good for him to just try to rip the body. And he's walking him down.
Oh, nice right.
It's Garner who lets his hands go at the end. A solid round for Charles Garner. Enough to give DC the lead? I mean, New York the lead?
You know, even DC is happy with their performance.
They're happy the way it
know,
finished.
That could be a hard round, as I said, to judge. You know, that went down to the wire, and they both kept punching.
Got back here ringside, Bethel Duran. My man.
Bad man Tings over here, Bubba Jenkins.
That's right. I love how you set yourself up right now. Cynthia, take us through the highlights.
All right there, Michael Fox is landing, using his range, but Garner is coming back with his own combinations up on top and the bottom. And Garner, it does seem like right there, they're both brawling, they're both countering, they're both answering both of their questions.
Yeah, having good moments on both ends of the floor.
All right, so we were tied at 75 all. Now, Charles Garner, Michael Fox went to the judges. We'll see what the judges have to score. But coming up next, Christian Cangelosi for New York Attitude against Quincy Williams of the DC Destroyers. We're in the middle rounds, heating up, and it's the DC Destroyers. Michael Fox is given the nod. So they're up 85-84.
I can see that, though. There was just little places in there where they just evenly had their moments, and just depending on what perspective of the ring you were sitting on, that's who you gave it to.
Cangelosi has done very well this whole season, and there you go. He does. You see why I just showed nice hook to the bot or to the face. Just quick.
Christian Cangelosi weighing 162, Williams 163 in the white.
He's one of the standout fighters that everyone has watched.
Good body. He seems to be just behind, just a second behind does Williams.
Oh.
And he ran into one from Williams.
I think he's a little hurt. He got stung by that one.
He is a little bit hurt. Quincy's trying to find his offense.
Oh! Cangelosi with the 1-2.
Back with that.
They're both throwing heavy heat. Both throwing heavy heat. Good boxing right here.
You can't get sloppy, though. You got to keep that defense tight, as they're telling Quincy Williams. Do not get spun around like that.
Oh, getting through the guard.
Yes.
Oh, he's wailing for it.
Wow. Cangelosi is just looking for one shot, and it might happen, because that left hook is open.
And he's setting himself up very well. You know, it's not a lot of combos that he's doing, but his motion and his feint and his jab is getting the job done for him.
Cangelosi representing Team Attitude, has the attitude in that ring.
Can you tell? But look at the tassels. The whole season he's had it, but he's performed very well. Oh, they're both answering back. They're both countering and landing.
Yeah. Williams getting himself back into the round.
This is playoff boxing, ladies and gentlemen. This is what you're going to get when there are teams and cities
and Williams pushing him down.
Oh, I feel like Cangelosi is he's a little hurt.
Well, that body shot doesn't look like he's hurt.
Not at all.
1,
that
2.
Technique.
Cangelosi with the big overhand right. Drops Quincy Williams. Williams got him quick, but he's dazed. Cangelosi, huge for New York.
That is huge. And it seems like Quincy Williams is the one who got dropped, and because he's looking to get it back.
Cangelosi looks very tired right now, as if he's the one that got dropped.
Oh, another hook from Cangelosi.
Those are good.
Cangelosi needs to be very, very careful.
Those are good punches by Cangelosi. He's hitting and moving, and he knows he's only got a couple of seconds left. He can just do what he's got to do to get the rest of this round over with, because he definitely won with that last 10, 15 seconds.
DC was up 85-84. Cangelosi with the 10-8 round, and a very upset Quincy Williams. Cynthia, you were saying Cangelosi's been solid all season long. That's a big moment right there.
That was a huge moment for New York City Attitude. He always brings it. He brings the fire, he brings the heat, and he brings power.
Yeah, that was good to see. That was fun to watch on both ends. Both guys really, really had some good technique and good skill, and it was fun to watch, you know, some good high-level boxing right there.
And they're going to do it again in the money rounds. Round 34, Cangelosi and Quincy Williams will go at it. That's going to be huge.
I bet we see a different Quincy Williams come out that next round.
Oh, yeah.
New York
He's like, you ain't making a fool out of me again.
Oh, man. Now we got Frederick Julin and Nasheed Smith, 178 9-pounders. That's Smith right there for the Destroyers. Julin for the Attitude. Oh, it's heated up. Attitude strong. 94-93 thanks to Christian Cangelosi.
Ooh, Julin is just coming out swinging.
Swinging with good footwork.
Yes, he is. Look at the pivots.
The pivots are what's getting him in there.
Nice tight defense too for Julin.
He's got a good bounce to him. Now that uppercut might have slowed him down a little bit just to get his attention, but he definitely was moving well and getting his offense going as the start of this round.
Oh, both southpaws. Very rare to see that. So they're fighting each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
A solid night for the New York Attitude. Kanja Nathan knocking out Hasim Rahman. Christian Cangelosi dropping Quincy Williams, and they're up 94-93.
They're throwing really good shots, but they're all hitting gloves for both of them.
Yeah, they both have really good defense. That's a testament to both of their defenses in the pocket. Both of them trying to trade, trying to find that little hole, but having good, sound defense. Good 1-2 by the Destroyers there.
Nice body work.
Left hook hurt a little bit.
Smith landing the hook in the white trunks for the DC Destroyers. Combat Sports League Mega Brawl on Sunday. Atlanta is already through to the final. Will it be DC or New York joining them?
Nice hook by Smith right there.
Yeah, and it looked like he's getting his momentum and his timing down. Julian was doing better in the earlier part of the round, but it seems like Nasheed has taken his lead.
Nice uppercut. Yes. Julin threw that nice uppercut inside. And again.
It was nice boxing, too, for the two southpaws. Toe-to-toe, go back and forth, we trade with each other.
It's like poetry. It's just violent poetry in motion.
There.
Julin moving Smith onto the ropes.
Both of them have a lot of good techniques in this pocket. A little shoulder rolling, a little forearm shiver, a little bump, a little this. Creating that space just to get that offense off and trying not to create too many holes yourself.
This would be a really good 10-round fight.
Absolutely. A couple of these fights tonight I would like to see go a couple more rounds.
Oh, yeah. But this one you can see the development of who's going to take charge.
Absolutely.
20 seconds to go in the round. Julian and Smith
It's a
toe to
close
toe, a
fight.
tight one.
I don't even, they're both doing work.
Oh,
Oh, nice. Nice
Julian
check
bounces off the rope
Oh,
with the
an uppercut.
uppercut.
Julian is, he's leaping and lunging. Oh,
That hurt.
No, he got pushed down.
Oh.
He got pushed down.
That was a body shot.
Tom
That
Taylor was
a body
right
shot.
there.
Oh,
right
we
at
need
the
to see a
button.
replay
That's
of
an actual-
that.
that was a body
I
shot.
felt like that was too.
That was a body shot. It was.
Yeah. He looked like with cringing.
Yeah, so Tom Taylor ruled it that it was a push down. And here's going to see the replay from that round. They're going back and forth.
Right hand to the body right there. Right hand to the body. Watch this.
But it was but the hand was on the back of the head.
After though.
But if he doesn't touch him though, if he doesn't touch him,
he goes down.
He goes down.
Absolutely.
But because he gave him that extra shove, and the referee was right on top
And sometimes you get those though. You hit him to the body, and he doesn't go down. You give him a little nudge, and then he.
But you don't give him the nudge in front of the referee.
Nah, not in front of the referee. You got to be a little more strategic.
Do the referee's on the other side.
And they were doing a little bit of nudging and you know a little bit of arm wrestling in there, so that didn't give him the advantage that he was looking for. But that was a clean body shot.
But that was a good round for Nasheed Smith.
Absolutely.
That's another nod right there. If you're watching and you're a fighter, you don't need that extra.
Yeah. Just need the one. And maybe that sets them up for later. If there's a later round with these guys
You
or
never
something
know.
like that, you know, that keeps the momentum.
We're now tied up at 103. So Nasheed Smith wins the round. And we are tied up again. This is the final one of the middle rounds. Peter Dobson and Casey Dixon. Dixon in the white. This was an additional fight. This wasn't intended. It wasn't originally scheduled. But Taylor and Neely unable to go, so it's Dobson and Dixon.
Yeah, and Dixon seemed to have won last round. Or did these two go at it before?
Yes, they did.
Right,
in the fourth round.
I thought Dixon won.
And Dixon did win that fourth round. So they were only scheduled to go once tonight. And now they're going twice. Another slip. And who would have thought the fight that's the replacement is the one that can give you a lead. That's why Team Combat League, you got to always be ready.
I mean, everyone matters. Every fighter counts. Every round matters. You know, some of these fighters are losing the last 15 seconds, but winning the first 2 minutes and 45, and it's going down to having that 1 point difference and that 15-second chance.
Like you said earlier, Bubba, when they were fighting in that fourth round, because they know they're going to see each other again, we're going to see something different. We are.
And we are seeing something different. The strategies have changed, the platform has changed, and the points have changed.
Yeah.
It's a tie fight now.
Yeah. They're more aggressive in this round.
Oh.
A little hammer fist action there.
Yeah, Dixon's pushing down.
And Tom Taylor's on it. One of the best referees out there.
I knew he was going to get on it as soon as I saw it happening. That's a no-no.
You hear that thud from Dixon. Dobson with the blonde streaks.
When you watch these two fight, it just seems like Dixon seems to know that his punches will land, and Dobson seems to guessing. You know, it doesn't change in the result. It just looks more. It looks better for the optics when Dixon throws his punches. Dobson seems to be guessing. Did that land? Will it land? Might it land? And Dixon is saying, "Oh, this is going to land." The moment he looks to throw it, there's just a difference in looks for the optics. If I'm a judge on the corner, I'm looking at the intent of each guy as well.
It looks like Dobson is very hesitant, even to throw. You can
Yeah.
see he's reading, he has question marks on his face.
And he's got a little knot underneath his left eye.
Yeah, that can give you some question marks. That can make you gun shy.
Tie at 103, the final round of the middle rounds. Money rounds to come after this.
That was a big punch right there.
Oh, some good swelling underneath the left eye of Peter Dobson.
Oh, another
push down.
He kind of just rolled down,
Yeah.
really.
They're tired.
Yeah.
And that'll do it. Casey Dixon, Peter Dobson, and Dixon's dropping his short. Okay, man, good work.
He wasn't sure if he was going to come out of his pants or not. And they're already ripped on the side.
Yeah.
He's ready to get up out of here early, huh?
Yeah, man. So we got the money rounds to come. We are going to go back to the desk with Miguel Flores after we look at these highlights. And it was a good round for Casey Dixon, Bubba.
Absolutely. Dixon was on the pace. He seemed to be controlling it. He seemed to have more confidence in what he was doing, and he seemed to want to win a little bit more than Dobson did. So it seemed to be, you know, a one-sided round for Dixon.
The Team Combat League.
Yeah, they're
right
having
here.
a break. A little combat conversation needs to happen, a little strategy going on. They seem to be back there with the coaches getting ready for the next part of this fight.
Yeah, the money round still to come. The heavyweight Kanja Nathan knocked out Hassan Rahman earlier. Christian Cangelosi drops Quincy Williams. Big advantage for New York Attitude, but the DC Destroyers battle back, and going up into that final round, they were tied at 103. Miguel Flores, take it away, man.
Thank you, Beto. And again, another seesaw back and forth. It's going to come down to the money rounds, but another close contest. And again, DC Destroyers seem to be dominating the middle rounds, but a knockdown allows the New York City Attitude to stay with it. Well, it depends on what that final round was, but DC Destroyers, if you rack up the rounds, they've won more rounds, but because of the knockdowns from obviously the finish from Kanja Nathan and the finish, not the finish, but a knockdown from Christian Cangelosi, it's neck and neck. Vlad, you know, when you have two knockdowns for the New York City Attitude, that's been a huge integral part of why they're in this one.
Yeah, big time, you know, especially with the way these rounds are scored and how close they are. Any fight that ends in a knockdown or a knockout is going to give a big advantage to, you know, the team that's scoring them. That shot was a little bit more of a cupping shot. I don't know if we have replay here in California. And then this shot right here, I thought he got the liver with the right hand. And he goes down, boom, right there. See? There it is again. That should have been called a knockdown in my opinion, which would have put DC up.
Yeah, that one appeared to be a knockdown, but fortunately for the New York City Attitude, it wasn't. As we go to the Team Combat League scoring, it's a 10-9 decision if it's just a regular boxing round. A 10-8 is if there is one knockdown in the round, and if there are two knockdowns or a stoppage, it is scored a 10-7 round. If there is a knockout on each side, it goes to a judge's decision. So now let's send it over to Amir Tyson.
That was a complete demolition job. You went to work. How do you feel?
I feel great. Yeah, absolutely. I feel great. Feel like I can go again.
It looked like you were laughing at his punches like it didn't even faze you. Did you know you were going to knock him out? Did you know he didn't have enough and you were going to bring it to him?
Absolutely. I trained hard for this. I dropped a lot of weight. I was focused. Me and my coach working. I got my coaches here working, and we just knew what it was. You know, everybody see my last one. My last one was no good, so went back to the drawing board, and I came prepared this time.
How do you feel that you had such a big moment for your team in a fight that's right now really close?
Absolutely. I feel great. You know, I feel like, you know, down the stretch in the money rounds, they're going to feed off my energy. We're going to pick it back up, and we're going to walk out of here with a W.
Yeah. You were ferocious. It was Tyson-esque, you know. Hey, yo, back to you, Miguel.
Thank you, Amir. And as you heard from Kanja Nathan, who gave his team a huge boost, finishing Hassan Rahman, allowing him to score a 10-7 round. And now because he finished Hassan Rahman, they were supposed to kick things off in the money rounds, but since he finished them, that fight and that round will be scored a 10-9 round in favor of Kanja Nathan. So now we move over to our next bout. It's time to kick off the money rounds for the New York City Attitude and the DC Destroyers.
Good job, Miguel. Good information, too. So because Kanja Nathan knocked out Hassan Rahman, it is a 10-9 round. And we move on to Charles Gardner and Patrick Harris. We're in the money rounds. Only 5 more rounds to go. A new set of referees and officials. It's going to be Jack Reese, Referee Rudy Barragán, Glenn Feldman, and Zach Young are your judges. It is now tied at 122. Casey Dixon got the victory in the final one of the middle round. Kanja Nathan with the 10-9 walkover ties it back up at 122, and that's where we're at right now.
Yeah, you got to see the look on these referees' faces. It seems like they just have so much more energy. It's like one round at a time. They're not used to it. You can tell that, you know, it's like a complexity. Like, man, I'm not sure how to feel about the fact that I just keep coming in and revolving, you know?
Oh! Look for Patrick Harris. Moves back Charles Gardner.
Big punch right there.
Gardner lost a round to Michael Fox earlier.
Oh, good rip to the body.
I think this is a better matchup for him, for Harris.
And it's the first time we see Harris, so he's fresh.
Excuse me, Garner, for Garner.
Harris seems to be doing better in this round than Garner, so much better look for Harris as he watched Garner in the last round, and Garner's just not ready for what Harris could be prepared for.
Weighing 150 pounds, Patrick Harris trying to break the tie for the DC Destroyers. We're in the money rounds.
Solid. Good double up on that left cross.
Very nice.
He is feeling good, like Coach was saying. He's feeling good. He's feeling fast. He's feeling sharp. This is what you call when a guy's in the zone. You know, he can really just get any punch off that he wants. There's another one.
Absolutely.
You know, whatever he chooses, he's getting.
You can see it in his face.
Yeah, you can see it in his bravado, his stance. There's a confident demeanor about himself that he's feeling himself getting into the zone.
And now Gardner's feeling himself, snapping the jab.
His team got involved right there, got him involved.
Gardner in the green trunks, cocking back that right hand. He's trying to load up on that. A minute to go in the round. Gardner fighting for the second time tonight. And the money round, of course, was tied up.
Good punch to the body right there. Harris is getting his timing down as Gardner's getting his, so it's getting down.
Oh, Garner is just quicker.
Yeah, just a little bit.
I'm sorry.
A little bit
Harris.
Harris.
I keep looking.
I had to give that.
I was like, wait a minute. My bad.
I was saying, on that one, I knew exactly who you're talking about. Harris just seems to be a little bit quicker than Garner on it.
Harris in the white, Garner in green.
He's been dictating the round the whole time. Look at, he's been dictating in the ring.
And Coach is yelling, run it. And the meaning of that, I believe, is get a good combination off. Get your punches going. It's almost like sprint. You know, give yourself a good sprint.
Gardner's like showboating, acting like he's won the round.
Right? He just raised his hands. I'm not sure why.
Well, interesting. That was a tight one, but I saw Patrick Harris looking pretty good there.
He did well. He did well for DC. They need all the points, especially with that knockout.
And we're going to have Sherbach and Cobia Brady doing it again.
Oh, we like that.
They fought in the second round, and it was a round that went to Brady. Let's look at the highlights from Gardner and Harris. It was Harris coming in strong in the white trunks.
Yeah, we really did like that fight between Brady and New York here. Is one of those fights that we were talking about. We would like to see another round.
But this is Harris and Gardner.
Yeah, and they were just getting after. Like we were saying, another fight, we want to see more rounds. That was the only time we got to see them fight tonight. And, you know, Gardner's fight second time, and the other guy only fought once, but I would love to see them fight another time.
All right, this is Brady. And Sherbak Matuliev.
All action right here, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's see if Brady's going to do anything different.
DC Destroyers get the round from Patrick Harris. So they're up 132, 131. Yeah, I mean, we wonder why Gardner was celebrating.
Did he win that?
No.
Didn't seem right either.
Yeah, Patrick Harris did.
Now, when I was saying Brady punches like he's preparing for more rounds, Brady's obviously a 10, 12-round fighter, right? So it doesn't do him any service to have one round. But it seemed like he was punching in that first round to develop the win in this round.
Picking him up, Jack Reese.
Brady's able to get it in, get some face, hit him to the face while he's all tied up. He hurt. Well, he didn't hurt Sherbeck, but he's
all
hurt
pressure.
him.
Yeah, it's just he's just overwhelming him the whole time. He just wants to be in his face, blocking and coming forward, checking and coming forward, underhooking and punching, just giving him everything that he can take.
Because Sherbeck has power, and he's not letting him off.
He can't have room to get the
he
power
has no
off.
room at all.
Team Combat League semifinals. The winner takes on Atlanta on Sunday, Mega Brawl. Make sure you follow the Team Combat League social media accounts for all the behind-the-scenes action, especially on Instagram. Do a great job giving you up-to-the-date information on what's going on with Team Combat League.
Problem is, Brady leads with his head, so if he gets caught with an uppercut leading in with his head down, well, we might see another lights out.
This is a very, very important round because coming up next is
Nice
Christian Cangelosi
hook by
and Quincy Williams. Cangelosi had dropped Williams, so if you're New York and you can get a lead with Cangelosi coming up next, huge.
Good right hooks over there by Ramatov. And Beatty's doing what he normally does, covers and walks forward like the Terminator.
He's like
with
a
his
pit
head
bull.
involved. Yep.
Just
Black
does not
eye, eyes swollen shut, and just no socks, just giving it everything he's got, all grind and grit. You know, he's one of those guys on the team that you just call the hustler, right? He's just gonna hustle yourselves to victory.
Yeah, everybody on DC is like, I'm glad he's on my team because I don't want to fight this guy.
100%. He's gritty, just grimy, gritty type of guy.
Oh, good
good
shot.
body.
Push down. That's a push down.
Push down.
But look at his eye. Look at his eye though. You know, he's just working. He's just overwhelming him. You know, yeah, I would front headlock him and push him down too if he just kept coming at me. You know.
First time we see some real blood tonight. Sherbeck with Batulia.
That makes sense though in a Breedy fight.
Yeah. Was it from a punch or the headbutt? You know. That's a punch.
That I heard.
That was a punch. Great round for Cobia Breedy.
Yes,
and
it was.
DC. Jack.
That was a good punch.
DC needed that. They needed that round.
They did need that round. They did well. They did a good job. And Breedy with the overhand, he's doing that foreman cover, roll, and punch. A little dirty boxing, a little bit of maybe where the eye got swollen there. Headbutt right there. But it's definitely a brutal fight.
I mean, with that kind of work, of course they're going to have a headbutt. I'm surprised that there's not more headbutt cuts from both of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just got the clarification. The cut on Sherbeck was from a punch. We figured, but just to be careful, we don't want to, you know. So there it is. Sherbeck with Duliov and Cobia Breedy. That's the one. But now coming up, Christian Cangelosi, who had dropped Quincy Williams earlier, a fight you really want to see again.
Absolutely. This is another round that we've been talking about where Team Combat League is a great thing to have, but you just want so much more boxing to go on, you know?
And the Breedy victory makes it 142-140, so a 2-point lead for DC.
Now, last time, Cangeloso kind of faded in the last 45 seconds, right? Quincy Williams should probably start faster and try to hold him off in the end because Cangeloso didn't have the gas that it took to win that or to finish the way that I felt that he needed, even though he won the round.
But Cangelosi with a 10-8 round. Yep. That's huge considering right now you're down by 2. So you know he's thinking one thing and one thing only.
Knockout. That's
Get that
what
back.
he's thinking.
Get it back.
But Williams has got to turn up. I hope he changed his plan coming in the ring.
Yeah, you're Williams. You guys were up by 2. Just be smart.
Yeah. You definitely don't want to happen what happened last time. I think you can do a lot better.
Walks into a jab and a right.
Cangeloso looks a little bit bigger.
Cangelosi snapping a jab. And he's keeping that left hand down low.
Because his jab is the reason, you know, that jab is what's keeping the guy at bay, and then he can, you know, trade it with that cross that he's throwing. So I can understand, you know, the low hanging fruit that he's trying to dangle in front of Williams.
Trying to set that trap, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what it's usually about, you know, Team Combat League.
There you
Beautiful.
go, Williams threw his own and
that comes from that low left hand being a jab that he just took around the guard and made into a hook. Beautiful setup.
Right hand from Cangelosi. New York attitude really need this round for Christian Cangelosi. The women are coming up next. Team Combat League semifinals.
Oh, they're both trading
Both good
now.
punches. Swelling each other up very nicely.
Beautiful 1-2 by Williams.
Another one.
Oh,
that
nice hook. Short hook by Williams.
Another one where we wish it was 10 rounds.
Yeah. This needs to be 3. You know, we need to see who gets the other version of this, because I think Quincy Williams is winning this round.
Quincy Williams coming out strong.
You know, I think he's winning this round. Cangeloso did some good things earlier, but it's at this point gonna go 1-1.
Yeah, Quincy Williams' punches are landing cleanly.
Yes.
That's the difference.
And we were talking about Cangeloso not having that finishing power that he needed last time. He luckily got the stoppage, right?
Yeah.
Or the knockdown. But this round, I feel like he faded.
Excellent round for Quincy Williams.
Oh!
Did he go down?
Did
No,
he not
didn't.
even go down?
He almost did.
He
got
almost
buckled.
did.
He got buckled.
He didn't touch.
But the
He didn't
glove
touch.
did not touch.
The glove did not touch.
Oh!
Wow.
He might have stole that one.
Talk about the psyche on that. Wow.
Yes. Christian Cangelosi caught Williams at the end.
Man.
Is that enough to get the round now?
Look at the man. Enough with the round. That man got us the fight. We might have got a 2-point swing right there.
Very, very interesting. 2 more fights to go. The women are next. And then Ralph Clemente and Nasheed Smith. Let's look at highlights from that round from Cangelosi and Williams. They went back and forth. It was a round that Williams was really winning. And at the very end, Cangelosi with the hook got him.
A little bit of opposite of what happened, you know, because last time he got the late finish, right? But he started early. He started well. This one was just all out. Let's last swing them. Boom. They both caught each other with the check hooks right there. And they said, okay, I see that. Ooh.
Oh.
Man.
So close.
Yeah.
And it was his punch that almost knocked him down. It was his punch that threw him off balance.
It was really, the glove was really close to,
Oh, man.
just enough energy in those legs to stay up.
Yeah, very.
Just enough.
Absolutely.
So we'll see what the judges had. Going into that fight, it was
Barry
DC was
Hunter.
up by 2. Now it's going to be Tyresha Douglas and Fabulous.
Going at Barry Hunter, very invested into what's going on here in our table, because you know he cares. Every fight seems like, you know, it's his child out there, right? These coaches really want it for their fighters. It's been a long season. They've had a lot of different rounds, a lot of good ties, a lot of good things, and they just want the best for their fighters.
And it was the round of Cangelosi. That punch switched it around, and it's now a 1-point difference. Douglas, who started it off strong in the white.
Fabulous is working in this round. The first time she was not, but Douglas is still tougher.
Yeah, Pavlis doesn't put her hands back though. That's what I'm afraid of. She a little bit, she commits to too much offense without thinking defense at all.
Yeah.
You know, and Douglas can get a little bit more aggressive like she's doing now. She can really pick her apart on the countering.
Keep yelling, come on, Riri, to Riri Douglas in the white trunks.
Yeah, that's a much better nickname for us to use. I cannot tell you how to say her name that rapidly quickly.
Tyresha.
There it is. Good call. Riri is a good choice for us to use.
Douglas
nice
in white.
It just seems like she's, I don't know. I want there to be more from Riri. You can hear everyone calling for her and wanting more from her. I just wish that they would give me more gas when you can hear so many people invested in wanting you to do better.
There's something there with Douglas.
Yep.
Oh, that was a low shot, especially for a female.
Strong round for Riri Douglas. Her team is up by 1.
There's that call for run it.
Yes.
Last 20 seconds, usually
Nice
Barry
body work.
Hunter is calling run it.
A chance to go to the finals. The Money Brawl on Sunday. Riri Douglas putting the DC squad 1 step closer, 1 round closer. As the fight is winding down.
Nobody has thrown a punch in the last 20 seconds.
They're gassed.
They're
Oh,
tired.
man, they were really hurt.
Hug between the two, between Douglas and Pavlos. Twice they went at it. Good scrap between these two ladies. All right, so going into that one, it was a 1-point lead for DC. I think Riri did enough there to make it a 2-point lead. One more round to go. Team Combat League semifinals, DC, New York, and Atlanta. The squad is watching right now. They want to know who they're taking on Sunday in Mega Brawl. And of course, we're going to have our brawlers right now. Ralph Clemente, Nasheed Smith. You talk about, you said he looks like a New York kind of guy, Clemente.
Oh, yes. Clemente's been coming out here throwing some heat, and Smith is not backing down. This is going to be a wonderful fight to try to decide it all, it seems.
Yeah, but before this round starts, we got to show you what's coming up on Sunday. Mega Brawl, Team Combat League.
The stakes are high as the top teams battle for a chance to advance to the highly anticipated Mega Brawl on August 20th. The atmosphere will be electric, with every moment filled with anticipation and excitement. Don't miss your chance at this historic event. Tickets are available now.
We are our final round here at Team Combat League, and it is tied at 160. Oh!
Oh, okay. Clemente is going in.
I thought Douglas did enough to win it. I was wrong. So we are tied at 160. So that means this is all on the line right now.
Douglas didn't win?
No.
Wow.
Oh.
Whoa,
That is
interesting.
wild. You know, different judges, but you know, this is the fight we wanted to see. This is what it all came down to. I mean,
Pavalis did a lot in the beginning of the round,
Yes.
so they might have. I mean, you said it. There wasn't much throwing in the last one. Anyways, right now it's Clemente who just. There's no boxing. It's
whoever
just
wins
slugging.
this, it's over.
It's
you know,
over.
that's what we're going to decide.
They're just going for broke.
The
That's what
winner
they're
of
doing.
this round wins the fight for their team.
Clemente is in the alley in New York throwing.
Absolutely. And someone's mugging him.
Yep. I don't know if he's mugging or he's getting mugged.
Hey, well, there's a weapon involved. That's all I can tell. He's really trying to make it out of this alley because, I mean, he means it. These guys are really trying to get after it. Playoffs are on the line.
The last round of the semifinals. Mega Brawl on Sunday. Clemente trying to take New York. Smith trying to take DC.
Smith is stopped. Oh, he got hurt by a body shot.
Oh, Clemente got through with the uppercut.
Yes, he did.
Smith goes to his knees.
Yes, he did.
Oh, desperate time for DC.
In the back alley,
Clemente.
he pulled out a bottle.
Ooh,
He got hurt. He got hurt.
He's covering
smells
up.
blood, and
Clemente's
he's-
going for it.
He's going to try to knock him out. And like he did this last in the season. He closed out the show with a nasty knockout. He wants to have a repeat of doing that.
Smith's legs are wobbly. And he leads on. He lands a shot against Clemente. Clemente just does not stop.
No, he doesn't. He throws all his weight into every punch, man.
Clemente has.
Oh, there.
Head snap
Smith
back.
has his own big punch.
Up. Good cut from Smith. Right hand.
Big
Less
eyes
than a
on
minute to go
Clemente.
in the semifinals.
Big eyes on Clemente.
Smith.
Oh,
Smith
boy.
knocks
He
Clemente
needs a
down.
knockout. He needs a 10-8. He needs
Now,
a 10-8.
yeah, but now did he get hit in the back of the head? I'm not sure.
I don't think so, but
Oh,
he might get knocked down, ladies and gentlemen. 40 seconds left.
Did Clemente go all out? How much does he have left in the tank?
Make him touch the ground.
Nice hook by Smith. Ooh,
3-2 has been
landed.
good money.
Oh,
Push
oh,
down. It's a
that's
push down. It's a push. If you're Clemente, why don't you just stay away, right? You got the
Right?
10-8.
Yep.
But no, it's just, this is what Team Combat League's all about.
Well, you're
you land
tired,
it all
too.
out.
And there's another guy on you. I mean, this guy's in the back alley, too, trying to get his money back from the mugging you gave him. I mean, he's really trying to get it on. New York versus DC. This is what it should look like.
Final seconds of the semifinals. Clemente and Smith back and forth. DC, New York. And it's Ralph Clemente dropping Nasheed Smith is going to be the difference. And New York is going to go to the semis because Ralph Clemente dropped Smith with an uppercut. Wow.
Wow, what a way to end the semifinals.
That was a heck of a round. Heck of a round.
Yes.
Wow.
These have been some amazing fights down here in Los Angeles, man.
But that was towards the end of the round, and Smith came back really, really strong.
He did. He did. I mean, once he got dropped, he knew. I heard Barry Hunter say, "Go to the body," and Smith went on the attack.
He did.
And he really tried, but Clemente was just too aggressive and too nasty.
And Clemente knows where the camera's at after you knock him down. That's smart.
Of course.
Oh, beautiful,
You gotta-
beautiful job. Wonderful part of fights to be a part of. Wonderful showing of Team Combat League. It definitely was something on the line, and a lot of these guys fought like they had something to fight for.
Definitely did that, Cynthia, that last round. Thrilling.
It really was. We all knew that they both wanted to go into the the finals, and that, I told you, Clemente was going to do something big, and that's what he did.
There's that
Closed the show.
addition.
He closed the
He
show.
split the guard, and that was a
threw a
great
hook,
angle by
yep.
the producer-directors getting us there.
Uppercut, overhook.
Uppercut, got him.
Yeah.
That's the difference. It was such a tight scoring leading into that final round. Ralph Clemente, Nasheed Smith. The semifinals are done. We know Atlanta's there, but we need to make it official. That way the New York squad can start making some noise.
Yeah.
Miguel Flores, are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, another fantastic semifinal matchup between the New York City Attitude and the DC Destroyers. Now, after our matchup, we go to the judges after tabulating the scores. Now, moving on to the Team Combat League Mega Brawl Championship Final versus the Atlanta Attack. Your winners by a score of 170 to 168, the New York City Attitude.
Yep. The knockdown at the end. 170 to 168. That 10-8 round was the difference for the New York Attitude. Ralph Clemente coming up big, but also Kanja Nathan knocking out Hassan Rahman and
was
forcing
huge.
the walkover.
And then the Dawson points, all those points in the Dawson, you know, it was a family affair. Shout out to my daughter Jade, but everybody else in the building, what a wonderful appearance, what a wonderful night. In New York and Atlanta are going to it. It's an East Coast affair in the West Coast, but that's what we're going to have.
Yeah.
Barry just was so shocked. Well, not shocked, but he just said it was so close. But New York City, they really performed tonight with those knockdowns, the knockout. They just racked it up. That's the only way they were able to get it. I really thought maybe DC was going to be able to bring it out, but they all left it in the ring tonight, and it showed.
New York City Attitude advances to the first Mega Brawl on Sunday to take on Atlanta.
Ooh, I am hyped for this Mega
Oh.
Brawl.
There's the energy and a buzz in the building. This is the building where we will have a Mega Brawl on Sunday for Team Combat League. We will get interviews inside the ring. Jordan Plant will be talking to the winning team from New York. But before that, though, make sure you follow the Team Combat League social media accounts. Great behind-the-scenes coverage. Pictures, videos. We have all kinds of people doing interviews to get everybody involved with this. And make sure you subscribe and you like and you let people know, hey, Team Combat League Mega Brawl on Sunday? Oh, come on now. Come on now.
That's where we
what
want
you
to be,
need.
baby. Los Angeles,
Yeah.
Mega Brawl, Team Combat League for all the marbles.
Jordan Plant is with the winning team.
Congratulations, coaches. That was very exciting, and it actually came down to the last round. You guys were tied. That last round won it. What was going through your guys' mind during that final round?
So we knew we had Ralph. Ralph is kind of a wild card. And what I mean by that is the kid is always going full out. You know, his defense isn't always there because he's just going so hard for that knockout. But we knew he was going to give it his all. And that's why we put him in the end, because we knew if someone was going to rise to the highest occasion, that was going to be Ralph. And he was going to turn it on. And he got that little knockdown, and that put us there.
And Coach, for you, knowing that you guys are going into the finals on Sunday and the matchups you may face, how confident are you guys in winning on Sunday?
Well, this is the rematch. We've been looking forward to it. Atlanta's a great team, and we just can't wait to go and battle it out for that #1 spot. We coming for you.
Congratulations to you guys. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in the finals on Sunday in the Mega Brawl. Let's give it up for New York Attitude. All right, and now I'm here with former world champion Caleb Plant. He had a chance to watch this fight. What did you think of Team New York?
Man, I thought Team New York, they got some great skills, a lot of great heart. You know, they had some flash on there too. I really like that. And great skills. And, you know, that comes from great coaching as well. So, you know, you got to tip your hat, you know, to the coaches who, you know, brought them this far. So you guys just stay focused. You know, obviously the job's not finished. So just stay locked in until the end. And, you know, Team Atlanta, Team in New York, excited to see y'all in the finals.
And you fought at the world-class level before and in championship fights. What's the best advice you can give to both teams going into the Mega Brawl on Sunday?
Just to stay focused. You know, it feels good to be in the championship round, but, you know, the job's not finished. You got to stay locked in until the end. And even if you come out, you know, you feel like you've done good the first round, and once you got to come back in, just stay locked in until the end, man. That's what it's all about.
Thanks for the sound wisdom, Caleb. Amir, we're going to send it over to you.
This was a tough loss. It could have gone either way. How do you feel right now?
I mean, I had a great time. You know, it was a good run. Both teams came out. All the guys showed up tonight. Everybody did their thing.
Do you think the decisions in certain fights could have gone certain ways that could have benefited you guys to being victorious tonight?
Absolutely. Last few fights, and there was a knockdown in there that wasn't called to the body. But nevertheless, you know, congratulations to New York. Congratulations to Atlanta. Great job.
I know you're going to come back strong next year, and you're a great coach this year, and your team's behind you. You know what I mean?
I
appreciate it, man. Thank you. Back to you, Megal.
Great job, Jordan. Great job, Amir, tonight. We've had a great production crew. Thanks everybody behind the scenes in the truck, producers, directors, of course, Miguel Flores, and everybody on the panel. But there you see the New York City attitude. After the interviews are done, but look at this. They still got their gloves on, right? They could have taken their gloves off about half hour ago. No. Because that's that team attitude. Team Combat League Finals. Live from Infinite Reality Studios here in Long Beach, California. You're going to have Atlanta against New York City. Attack against attitude. Cynthia Conte, that's the kind of squad you want to see right there.
Absolutely. I mean, working this entire season, watching these fighters from the very beginning and to seeing who the two top teams are going to be, they're literally were blood, sweat, and tears. They really put everything on the line, the sacrifice. And to hear even Caleb Plant to give them advice, because he's been here before. And for Evander Holyfield to be able to, for them to perform in front of both of them, it's very special to me. I feel like they're all my kids.
Yeah, and it was a wonderful, wonderful season to watch them develop and become the fighters that they became. And then to have the final two be who they are, representing the East Coast, representing Team Combat League, to have the attitudes that they have and the type of bravado that they had. I'm excited to see what Sunday holds in the bowl that we're having, and it's going to be a show for all of us to be excited about.
And it's going to be a star-studded affair on Sunday. Make sure you follow Team Combat League's social media accounts and, of course, the YouTube for all the information on how you can know what's going on with them. Not just on Sunday, every single day, the lead up to the Mega Brawl on Sunday between Atlanta and New York City. Because there's special events planned here in Southern California during the week. I mean, I can't tell you what. That's why you got to follow our accounts to let you know what's going on. For my partner, Cynthia Conte, and, of course, my man Bubba, who came in strong.
Yes, sir.
What is it, Bubba Tees?
Badman Tings.
There it
Badman Tings.
There it is. Thank you guys for having
Cynthia,
me.
when we come back on Sunday, we got to have a grill, okay, so we can hang out with them. But, again, congratulations to Atlanta. Congratulations to New York City. They both advance to Mega Brawl. I'm Bethel Duran saying good night from Southern California.
The stakes are high as the top teams battle for a chance to advance to the highly anticipated Mega Brawl on August 20th. The atmosphere will be electric. with every moment filled with anticipation and excitement. Don't miss your chance at this historic event. Tickets are available now.